This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
Football and majoring in kinesiology.
And we are live at Irving School Stadium in Irving, Texas. It's the Colleyville Heritage Panthers and the Irving High School Tigers. Alongside Craig Hoffman, I'm Doug Branch, and it's high school football Thursday night style in the state of Texas, a District 6 5A matchup between the Colleyville Heritage Panthers visiting from Colleyville and the home Irving High Tigers. Good evening, everyone. Doug Branch here, and both teams come into District 6 5A action with identical 2-1 records, and of course their records on the season are tied at 4-2 also. It looks to be a big-time barn burner here tonight at Irving School Stadium. It's the DFW, or the DFW.com pregame show. Coming into the game tonight, the Colleyville Heritage Panthers come off of a victory last week over the Irving MacArthur Cardinals, a very tough-fought battle, but they're able to get through and, of course, run their record to 4-1, more importantly, 2-1 in district play. When we come back, we'll go down to the field, and I will talk with Irving High School Tiger coach Aaron Delatorre. That's more here on Champion Sports Radio after this quick timeout.
Jason Ridley Agency is a proud sponsor of Colleyville Heritage Panther football. The Jason Ridley Agency offers home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, and coverage for all your valuable property, including business insurance. The Jason Ridley Agency is conveniently located in Colleyville, and you can find them online at jasonridley.com or call them today at 817-281-4500. The Jason Ridley Agency says, Go Panthers!
Nationwide is on your side.
Don't put off the things you know you should do today. Start a financial strategy with Axe Advisors so you can prepare for the things you need tomorrow. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through Axe Advisors, LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA, SIPC.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShockboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
Back again on the ShockboxDFW.com pregame show, joined by Irving High Tiger coach Aaron Delatorre. And Coach, 4-2 record, 2-1 in district, exactly the same as Coach Mike Fuller's Colleyville Heritage Panthers. This is a big game for both squads. Talk about it tonight.
You know, we talk to our kids about coming out here and being disciplined. You know, we can't start off in a bad situation. We got to start fast. This is a very high caliber football team. People talk about it's a different team with the loss of a kid like Cody Thomas, and I always say they haven't lost Mike Fuller. You know, he is taking control of that program, and the program is entrenched, and his kids do a great job. So we have our hands full tonight, and, you know, if we do our job and come out and execute, we should be fine at the end of the day.
Your offense is led by your quarterback, Christian Garcia. Who are the guys that are going to be key for him to get the football to tonight?
You know, we want to see Antonio Franklin, you know, have a great game. He's been a pleasant surprise for us this year. And also Michael Coley and Chase Goodall. Those are guys we want to get the ball in their hands.
Is the running game, will you guys have to establish that? I mean, Colleyville, with the two defensive backs, they've got the safeties and Felipe and Sisk. I mean, they're pretty good over the top. Do you guys have to establish the running game to be able to open up the passing game?
I think anytime you're playing football, you have to be able to run the ball to win. And for us, you know, that's kind of a staple of what we're going to try to do. And we've had success throughout the year, but it's always a new game, a new plan. Once we figure out what they're trying to do to us, and you know, ultimately, again, the kids got to go out and execute the plan because we feel like we put in a good system for this week. And you know, and we're going to do what we do. We're not going to change anything overnight.
Talk about your defense and what your defense has to do. Obviously, this team has been kind of on a yo-yo, up and down with the amount of points they've scored, but they've shown they can put 40-plus on the board. Yeah,
I think for us defensively, you know, everybody thinks we're this offensive, you know, juggernaut. You know, defensively, we played great this year. We're one of the top defenses in the area, in the Metroplex, you know, statistically. But for what we do, we try to stay simple, and we try to keep it simple for a reason. We want the kids to play fast and without thinking. And, you know, we got to swarm the ball. We got to create some turnovers and stop their run game and try to pin our ears back and make them pass.
Something a lot of people don't talk about, special teams. Colleyville's been very successful with the two guys they've had back there running punts back. How important will it be for special teams to be a key tonight?
It's always the key factor. You know, it could change the game, good or bad for you one way or another if it goes your way. You know, we work a lot of special teams every week, every day, and, you know, for us, if the kids come out and do the things, again, that we've asked them to do from that standpoint, we should be okay. You know, they definitely, it's a bit of concern for what they've been able to do from a punt return standpoint and also their kick return. And from a kickoff standpoint, they're complex because they're crossing guys left and right. And so for guys dropping back in a normal kickoff return situation, it's hard to identify the guys you got. But we've had a good week of practice, and hopefully we'll be able to get out here and do what we need to do.
Coach, give me your keys to the game for the Irving Tigers to win tonight.
You know, I'll say it again, establish a run game, be able to create some turnovers, and then just come out here and play fanatically.
Irving Tiger coach Aaron Delatorre, good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right, when we come back, we will visit with Colleyville Heritage Panther head coach Mike Fuller, that and more here on Champion Sports Radio, home of Colleyville Heritage Panther football.
Jason Ridley Agency is a proud sponsor of Colleyville Heritage Panther football. The Jason Ridley Agency offers home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, and coverage for all your valuable property, including business insurance. The Jason Ridley Agency is conveniently located in Colleyville, and you can find them online at jasonridley.com or call them today at 817-281-4500. The Jason Ridley Agency says, go Panthers.
Nationwide is on your side.
You make plans for just about everything: the weekend, vacation, going out to dinner. But have you created a plan for the rest of your life? Start your financial strategy today with AXA Advisors. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through AXA Advisors, LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA, SIPC. If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need StatGeek, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball. Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
And we're back on the ShockboxDFW.com pregame show. Heritage coach Mike Fuller joins us. And, Coach, 4-2 record coming in, 2-1 in the district. More important, talk about your opponent tonight, the Irving Tigers.
I think they're a very good football team. They're big up front. They've got in my opinion, they've got a really good running back. They've got some good receivers, and I like the way their quarterback plays. Defensively, they fly around. They get to the football. Their front is big and strong, and they move well. This is the 3rd week in a row we're playing a district opponent that we're tied with. So, hopefully it'll go the same way. But we need to get a win tonight to put ourselves one step closer to getting into the playoffs.
Last week you start the game with Griffin Pickler. Obviously Clayton Oliver comes in, and you even went to Trevor Anderson at one point. What was the message you were trying to send to your offense there?
Well, I mean, there were no messages in that. We had planned to play more than one guy at the beginning. The message we've given to our offense just in general is we got to be more consistent across the board. We have had some untimely penalties on 3rd and 4th and short, jumping off sides. We've missed open receivers. We've dropped passes that have been in our hands. We just haven't been consistent enough on that side of the ball, and we need to do a better job.
I've noticed it, and I don't know if this is on purpose or not, but whenever Griffin Pickler has been in, typically you've had DeMarco Corbin as running back. When you've seen Clayton Oliver in, you've had Justin Taberni in. Last week, you bring Taberni in after DeMarco Corbin gets nicked up, and he does a great job for you. Is that something now where you have that confidence in Taberni to come in at any time and play?
Well, Justin's been playing all year. He rotates in with DeMarco. He's a good back, and we have confidence in him. It's probably just a coincidence as far as when they're both in the game, but it depends on how DeMarco's feeling tonight. We're going to see how he feels after he warms up, whether or not he'll play very much.
Boffinger comes back in for you last week, or 2 weeks ago actually, and goes crazy. 7 receptions, 124 yards. He's not as effective last week, but he's a key to this offense for you guys to be successful in district play.
Yeah, we just have to execute the simple simple things that they've been doing since they were 7th graders. Throw and catch, block. We probably trashed at least half of our playbook last weekend, so it's a very basic, and there's no thinking involved tonight.
With head coach Mike Fuller. And, Coach, now talk about transition to the defense. Last week you guys, I thought, had one of your better defensive games of the year. What are they going to have to do tonight? Irving, obviously, still a very good offensive team with Garcia at quarterback.
The same. They've been getting better every week. They've been playing physical, and they've been that side of the ball has been playing with a lot of passion, having fun, not out there like they're going to work or doing a job. So we just need more of the same. If we can get some turnovers and cause some problems up there for their front and be able to get off blocks, I think we'll be all right.
You got to have some sort of confidence. I know probably bubbling confidence in the two guys you got back playing safety positions in Felipe and Sisk. These guys are hard hitters. Is it nice to know that there aren't many people that are just going to go over the top of you?
Right. Those guys are good football players. They're smart. They make plays on balls, and the good thing about them, they're both great punt returners. So if they do get an interception, there's a pretty good chance they'll score with it. So hopefully we can get one or two again tonight, but really proud of the way those guys are playing back there.
Give me your offensive key for tonight's game.
Be smart and just execute and have fun.
Defensively, what do you have to do to hold the points off the board?
We got to keep them from making big plays. We need to get a turnover or two and get to the football.
Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, that's Mike Fuller, head coach of the Colleyville Heritage Panthers. It's the Heritage Panthers and the Irving Tigers live from Irving School Stadium. When we come back on Champion Sports Radio, we'll have the starting lineups of both teams alongside Craig Hoffman. I'm Doug Branch. You're listening to Panther Football on Champion Sports Radio.
Jason Ridley Agency is a proud sponsor of Colleyville Heritage Panther Football. The Jason Ridley Agency offers home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, and coverage for all your valuable property, including business insurance. The Jason Ridley Agency is conveniently located in Colleyville, and you can find them online at jasonridley.com or call them today at 817-281-4500. The Jason Ridley Agency says, "Go Panthers."
Nationwide is on your side.
When you want to start a financial strategy, you need one-on-one guidance from some of the best trained professionals in the financial services business. Axe Advisors is part of a global company helping millions of people pursue their financial goals. Contact Thomas Lee with Axe Advisors today to get started on your financial strategy. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through Axe Advisors LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA SIPC.
Do you need a boost in exposure? Want to reach local, community-minded folks with information about your business? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games for more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. It's also a way for your business to give back to the community by helping all these well-deserving student athletes get some recognition for their accomplishments. The cost simply can't be beat for the effect it will have. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and best of all, it provides an opportunity for the best advertisement of all, word of mouth. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
And we are back at Irving School Stadium. The Colleyville Heritage Panthers will take on the Irving High School Tigers. We'll go through the Tigers' offensive and defensive starters for tonight's game. We'll start on defense. Up front, the big end, number 28, Ivan Perla. His tackle next to him, number 7, Davius Ballard. The other inside tackle, number 92, Tavion Buchanan. The right end is going to be number 87, Brian Chase. Linebackers from left to right. Number 32, Louis Garcia. And the middle linebacker is 36, Omar Perez. And the outside linebacker on the right side is number 26, Morris Shell. The defensive backs go this way from left to right. The cornerback is number 5, Marcus Orozco. The weak safety is number 12, Randall Vincent. The free safety is number 20, Kevin Thomas. And the right corner is number 6, Michael Coley. Your kick returners will be Decorius Choice and Alan Davis. The punter is Michael Cooley. Punt returner for Irving is Chase Goodall. Actually, the punt returners are Cooley and Goodall. The punter is Alfredo Molina, and the kicker is Ivan Soriano. We'll move over to the offensive side of the football for the Irving Tigers. Their quarterback, of course, we've already talked about him here in the pregame show. Number 2, Christian Garcia. The running back, number 1, Antonio Franklin. The fullback is number 36, Omar Perez. The big guys across the front line that will get it done from left to right, the quick tackle, number 60, Brian Chase. The quick guard, number 65, Eric Foster. The center is number 76, Carlo Aguides. The strong guard, number 63, Emilio Garcia. And the strong tackle, number 66, Charles Eddington. Wide receivers will go this way, and they'll go with 5 of them depending on the set. Chase Goodall, number 10, will be the X wide receiver. The Z is number 8, Keyshawn Mitchell. The H, or halfback, number 6, Michael Cooley. The tight end, when used, number 92, Tevion Buchanan. And the Y is number 11, Austin Parr. That's the starting lineups for Coach Aaron Delatorre's Irving Tigers. When we come back on Champion Sports Radio here, the Shockbox at DFW.com pregame show, we will have the starting lineup for your Colleyville Heritage Panthers. I'm Doug Branch, back in a very quick moment.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/ChampionSportsRadio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/ChampionSportsRadio, your home for championship social media.
If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need StatGeek, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
Back at Irving Independent School Stadium, or actually Irving School Stadium, where the Colleyville Heritage Panthers will take on the Irving High Tigers tonight, District 6-5A action. And let's run through the starting lineup for your Colleyville Heritage Panthers. The big boys up front, it'll go like this. Number 57, Thomas Walsh is your left tackle, 6'4", 285 senior. The left guard, number 60, Alejandro Nuncio, 5'8", 240 pounds senior. Your center is Elias Cheranaya, 6'1", 285. He is a senior wearing number 62 on his back. Right guard, Colby Black, 6'4", 270 senior, wearing number 71. And the right tackle, number 70, Connor McAnally. The quarterback tonight will be Griffin Pickler. Pickler been very good on the season. He will start at quarterback on a team that is, if I can get to it quickly, averaging 207 yards a game. 85 or 87.5 yards on the ground. So receiving wise, they're going through the air at 207, almost 300 total yards of offense for this football squad. And getting the football around to the offense, Pickler will have at one wide receiver, number 84, Trey Smith. Jake Newell will be at another wide receiver. Cody Butler will sit in the slot, and of course, Brett Boffinger will be out on the field in the four wide receiver set. At running back, it'll be DeMarco Corbin, and of course, we talked about him earlier in the show with head coach Mike Fuller. Justin Toberney will also spend time out there, and you'll see Toberney and DeMarco Corbin, who may or may not start. Of course, we have not heard yet after pregame warm-up if Corbin was going to be able to go for this Panther team. If not, then obviously Justin Toberney will get the start. Let's move over to the defensive side of the football. Three across the front. It's a 3-4 defense for Coach Mike Fuller. Isaac Lee, number 49, 6 foot, 200-pound senior. The nose tackle is Jason Williams, Jr. He wears number 90. And the defensive end on the right side, number 40, Dwight Squire, 6'1", 195. He is a senior. As we continue on to the linebackers, number 24, Jared Crouch, number 47, Braxton Martin, number 35, Colin Need, and number 44, Jared Vallely. Brandon Hunt, Jacob Sisk, Ryan Philippe, and Nick Felix across the back line. Back with more on Champion Sports Radio. After this quick timeout, we will have the kickoff. And the coin flip before that, let you know who the officials are. Alongside Craig Hoffman, I'm Doug Branch. You're listening to Panther Football on Champion Sports Radio.
Jason Ridley Agency is a proud sponsor of Colleyville Heritage Panther Football. The Jason Ridley Agency offers home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, and coverage for all your valuable property, including business insurance. The Jason Ridley Agency is conveniently located in Colleyville, and you can find them online at jasonridley.com or call them today at 817-281-4500. The Jason Ridley Agency says, go Panthers.
Nationwide is on your side.
Never do today what you can put off until tomorrow, right? Now, that's not exactly the saying, but it seems like people would rather do anything other than doing something about their finances. That's why there's AXA Advisors. We work one-on-one with you to create a financial strategy for the things you need tomorrow. Start your financial strategy today with AXA Advisors. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through AXA Advisors, LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA SIPC.
Back at Irving School Stadium on Champion Sports Radio, it's the Colleyville Heritage Panthers and the Irving High School Tigers. Your officials for tonight's game. Referee is Lewis Womack. Your umpire is Kyle Meeks. Head linesman is Mike Grissom. The line judge is Tim Cope. The back judge is Lee Smith. And the clock operator is Wally Banks. The captains are on the field. We'll await the toss tonight from our referee, Lewis Womack, who will step between the two teams as they greet each other. For Irving, out as captains, you've got number 60, Brian Chase, number 62, Joel Ramirez, number 63, Emilio Garcia, and number 65, Eric Foster. So the big offensive linemen are out on the field for the toss for the Irving High Tigers. Cannot tell the captains from Colleyville Heritage from the other side yet, but we will get those as soon as we can. It looks like Irving has won the toss, and they will defer to the second half. So I believe Colleyville will take the football, and Colleyville will defend the north goal. The field here at Irving School Stadium goes north to south. We are on the south side of the press box on the lower level, and Colleyville will take the football. Quarter their captains who went out, Brandon Martin, Jared Vallely, Ryan Felipe, and number 71, the big offensive lineman Colby Black, were the captains for tonight's game. So when we come back, we'll have the kickoff between the Heritage Panthers and the Irving Tigers here on Champion Sports Radio, back after this timeout.
place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need StatGeek, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
Back at Irving School Stadium, Texas High School Football District 6-5A between the Colleyville Heritage Panthers and the Irving High School Tigers. Both teams come into tonight's game with identical 4-2 records and identical district records of 2-1 off to the east. Beautiful skyline of downtown Dallas, Texas. So here in Irving, not very far, just a couple of long drivers and maybe a sand wedge from the Trinity River and the east side of Dallas as the national anthem will take place out on the field. We'll go ahead and join in and listen.
Presented tonight by the Irving High School Band. Gentlemen, please remove your hats if you are not a veteran.
And there you have, check that, we'll start over one more time. And there you have the national anthem here at Irving School Stadium, presented by the Irving High School Marching Band. We will be underway here very shortly as it's the Colleyville Heritage Panthers and the Irving High Tigers, one of just a handful of football games that are going on in the Dallas-Fort Worth area tonight. We'll try to pull those games up for you very quickly and run down the football games of note for this evening. As the Irving Tigers will take the field, Colleyville will defend the north goal. Irving will kick off to the south. Back to receive the kickoff for Colleyville is Jacob Sisk and Ryan Felipe. Actually, that may not be Felipe. We'll have to check the returner on the right-hand side. And it is. Kicking off for the Irving Tigers is Ivan Soriano. Left footer will tee the ball up at the 40-yard line. Not a lot of wind, a gorgeous day here in Dallas-Fort Worth for the 17th of October. Soriano puts his foot into it. It's a short kick. It's going to come down at the 12-yard line. Here comes Felipe up the middle, got a blocker, gets past the 25 to the 30 and thrown down holding the football. I believe there was a fumble on the play, but they're going to say he was down, and it'll be right at the 39-yard line as Colleyville Heritage will take over their first offensive possession of the game from there. Heritage comes in tonight needing to win to keep up in the district standings, and the District 6 5A standings look like this. At the top of the district, LD Bell with a 3-0 record, and also Trinity, the Trinity Trojans at 3-0, and that's going to be a knockdown, drag-out affair when they play. I'm not sure if that game is not actually this evening. We will check here, and it is. That game is underway at Bedford's Pennington Field, so we'll try to keep you abreast of that. Snap back, Pickler's got it. He'll hand it off right side, and DeMarco Corbin, after warm-ups, is going to be able to go here. He takes the handoff right-hand side and gets back just barely to the line of scrimmage. Salinas on the tackle for Irving High. Snap back, Pickler's got it. He'll hand it off inside to DeMarco Corbin, who this time gets over the big left tackle for Colleyville. That's Thomas Walsh, and he's able to gain about 4 yards. It'll be third down and a long 5 yards from the 44-yard line as Colleyville trying to get into Irving High territory here on their first possession. Snap back, Pickler's got it. He'll look left, lofts it up, wide open on the left-hand side is Boffinger. If he breaks a tackle, he's gone. He does, and then he's tripped out of bounds to the 21-yard line. But that's going to go from the 44 to the 21. That's a 37-yard reception and run, and there you have it. Brett Boffinger right into the mix of this game, and Colleyville Heritage is in great position at the 22-yard line. Snap back, Corbin's got it, handoff up the middle. He'll go over the left guard, and he's not going to get very much on this one. Give him a couple yards on the carry. It'll be second down and 8 from the 20, but a nice throw. Griffin Pickler drops back from his shotgun position and looks left, and just like that on the first throw of the game, Boffinger behind the defense of the Irving High Tigers for a nice gain. 10:35 to play here in the first quarter. Snap back. Corbin's got it. Nope, check that. Pickler's got it. He faked it, threw it over the middle on a slant route, and the catch is made by number 38 for Colleyville. That is Rico Bell Wilkins, the running back who's into the slot. Bell Wilkins takes it down to the they're going to give him the 5-yard line where he hits. So the handoff comes back to Corbin. Corbin working left side, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be second and goal from the 5 as MacArthur is in business in the red zone early here, not even a minute and 45 seconds into this football game.
Number 28 and Marshall, the third, number 26, combining with defensive play.
2 receivers to the bottom side, 2 also to the top. DeMarco Corbin in at running back. Griffin Pickler will take the ball. He's going to option right side, and he's stuck right in the helmet at the 5-yard line. The helmet of one of the Irving High defenders comes off, so they'll have to sub him out. That was number 36 for Irving. Omar Perez, the linebacker, so it's going to be third down. Ball is marked right at the 5-yard line, so third and goal from the 5 for Colleyville. They'll go with the same 2 receiver to each side set. Corbin's going to flare out to his left. Pickler to throw. Throws to the corner. Oh, what a pass. Nice throw. Brett Boffinger not even close when the throw is made, but it's right at the back left pylon, and it's a touchdown for the Colleyville Heritage Panthers on a precision throw from the quarterback for Colleyville, Griffin Pickler. 6'3", 200-pound senior puts the Panthers on the board. Trey Smith will come in to hold, and it looks like Max Allen back in again for his second week with kicking duties. Thomas Walsh to snap. Snap back, hold is good, and Max Allen, the sophomore, is able to punch it through. So just like that, the Heritage Panthers have taken a 7-0 lead here in a very crucial District 6 5A matchup back in Irving after this quick timeout.
Stacky, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
A quick drive for the Colleyville Heritage Panthers gives them a 7-0 lead over the Irving Tigers here from Irving School Stadium on Champion Sports Radio. I'm Doug Branch. Craig Hoffman will be in the building shortly as he unfortunately ran into a little traffic here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So until then, I will carry the show for you. Max Allen has teed the ball up for the Panthers at the 40-yard line, and he will give the Irving Tigers their first opportunity to return the football and get on the offensive side of the ball. Back deep is Decorious Choice for the Irving High Tigers. Allen's got it. He'll put it into play with the right foot. Ball is going to come short down to the 12-yard line. We'll get the runner in just a moment. He takes it across, and he's buried at the 22-yard line by Trey Smith. Nice job by Smith. And the carrier was number 14 for the MacArthur Cardinals. That's Decorious Choice, who actually lined up on the far left side. He was not the deep back. So Christian Garcia will run the offense for Coach Aaron De La Torre's Irving Tigers. Garcia has behind him Antonio Franklin. The receivers are Goodall, Mitchell, and Buchanan across the front. They'll go 3 set to the bottom side, and they stack them from the 22-20 down to the 18-yard line. One receiver to the far side. Garcia's got it, fakes the handoff up the middle, and he'll take it himself, and he's going to rumble straight up the left side over the left guard for 9 yards. Credit nice blocking to the quick guard, number 65, Eric Foster. Jacob Sisk on the tackle for Colleyville as the quarterback Christian Garcia was able to make his way all the way into the defensive backfield untouched. It'll be 2nd down and 1, ball spotted at the 31, check that 32-yard line. They'll go with a full house backfield. He'll hand off to the running back, coming right side, got room, gets all the way into the secondary again, and the tackle is made by Nick Felix. That'll be a 1st down and a gain of 12 yards for the Irving Tigers. They are very big up front. The front 4 of Brian Chase, Eric Foster, Carlos Aguindez, and Emilio Garcia with Charles Eddington at right tackle. They got some heavy-duty hosses up on the front, and they're going to try and abuse the front side of that 3-4 defense for Colleyville. From the 44-yard line, Irving takes a snap. The quarterback, Garcia, keeps it right-hand side, sticks it in over the tackle, and he is flushed down right there. And that'll be Brandon Martin and Isaac Lee on the tackle for Colleyville. Give a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards to the quarterback, Garcia.
Braxton Martin, number 47, and number 49, Isaac Lee, combined with defensive play at 46.
From the shotgun, 3 receivers to the bottom side, nearest to us, 1 to the top for Irving. Garcia in the shotgun stands at the 41. He'll fake the handoff, take it right up the middle, and nobody's there until he reaches 1st down yardage, and Jacob Sisk is able to cut him down with a little bit of help from Jared Vallely. But not until Christian Garcia and the Irving Tigers have pushed the ball across the 50-yard line down to the 45 into Panther territory. From under center, snap, handoff to the running back for the Irving Tigers. It's Antonio Franklin. The senior will drive it forward for close to 5 yards. Ball's at the 40-yard line. We'll give him 5 on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 5 from there. 7:17 to play here in the first quarter, and the Colleyville Heritage Panthers stake to a 7-0 lead on their first possession of the game. They go 65 yards for the touchdown. Back under center again is Garcia. 7 across the front, 2 wide receivers split. He'll hand off to Franklin in the backfield, breaks to his left, makes the defender Isaac Lee miss, and he's able to get close to a 1st down. We'll have to see where they mark this. They may have to measure it. Jared Crouch and Isaac Lee were on the tackle, but not until it looks like almost 5 yards picked up. They're going to mark it just a hair short. They will not measure, so it'll be 3rd down and inches from just outside the 35-yard line. Irving MacArthur's offense has looked very good. This, the way it's looking right now, could end up being a high-scoring game. full stacked front line. He's going to hand off to Franklin. Franklin's going to get met, and he's swallowed up in the backfield, and there's a great play by Isaac Lee. The offensive line was stood up. Lee comes in from the right side, is able to pull down the running back Franklin, and we'll have to see if they're going to punt as he actually lost a yard on the play. It'll be fourth and 1 from the 36. Garcia stays in at quarterback. Out to the right side, Chase Goodall. They're going to stack the right-hand side of the offensive line. Big Tavion Buchanan, the tight end, will sit on that side, and we're going to have a official timeout. Nope, they're going to put the ball back in play, but they're going to reset the play clock. So a lot of time for Irving High to make a decision here. Motion to the right. Handoff. It's going to be a pitch to the right to Franklin. Franklin is not going to make it. He is stuffed, and that's going to turn the ball over on downs as the Colleyville Heritage defense stands up and says no to the MacArthur, or check that, to the Irving High Tigers, and I believe the ball will be turned over. The officials have not said so, yes, but yes, now they do. The defense stiffens for Colleyville, and they will take the ball back over on their 36-yard line as the Tigers from Irving looked real good to start that possession, but stall out at the 36. Griffin Pickler and company will be back in possession of the football. Apparently there was a flag on the play, an illegal substitution by Irving. That will, of course, as you heard from our referee Lewis Womack, be declined. Colleyville will take over, 5:56 to play in the first quarter. Pickler at quarterback. Two receivers to each side. Boffinger in motion. He'll hand it off. Coming to our right at us. He cuts back, and he may get a yard on the play as he doesn't get a whole lot of help on the corner from Justin Taberni, who was trying to get a block for him. Colleyville quick to the line of scrimmage. Three receivers to the far side, one to the near side. Pickler's got the ball, looking to throw. Goes to the left side. It's a quick shot, caught, and driven back right away. Is number 30, Jake Newell. So first catch for Newell on the night. Nice job for him. Moves the ball forward, makes it a manageable 3rd and 5. Three receivers to this side. Pickler to throw again. Goes up over the top. He's got Boffinger, and he makes a great catch. Nice catch from Brett Boffinger right there at the 41-yard line, and then probably even a better throw from Griffin Pickler as he puts it right over the hand of the defender. Move the chains for Colleyville. They've got a first down at the 41, and they're back at the line of scrimmage already, ready to snap. Ball's back. Pickler throws it right-hand side. Ball is caught by Jackson Zeladon, who's shut down after about a 4-yard gain. He'll get it up to the, well, they'll only give him the 42-yard line. Nope, check that. That's the 37-yard line. So they actually give him 4 on it. It'll be 2nd down and 6 from the 37. Colleyville full force, has the throttle turned all the way up on offense. Pickler to throw again. Looking left. Bowfinger not open. He's got room in the middle. He's going to get sacked as he held on the football just a little too long. And number 28, Ivan Perella, gets to the quarterback and makes the play, makes the sack. It'll be 3rd down now and 13. Ball be marked at the 44-yard line. Colleyville just stifled by the defensive backs right there for Irving. Here's a quick snap. Pickler, screen, right side. Taberni's got it. Plenty of meat out front. Block. He's down to the 30, 25, and hustled down for a first down. Down just, well, they're going to mark it right at the 25-yard line. And a great call from head coach Mike Fuller as they set up the screen to the running back on the right-hand side, and he's got the whole right side of the line to carry him forward. Ball down to the 25 and a first down for the Panthers. Pickler back to throw. Pickler hands off to Bernie inside. He'll break it to the outside, cuts back to the inside. A little jump step, and he gets back to his left, and we'll give him almost 7 yards on the carry down to the 24. Nice job by the diminutive Justin Taberni. 2 receivers to each side as Colleyville back on the line one more time. Snap back, Pickler. He'll fake it, take it up the middle himself, try to get the first down. Can't quite tell if he made it. It looks like he's going to come up about a yard short, and it's going to be 3rd and 1, maybe a short 2, as we have 3:28 to play here in the first quarter, and Colleyville staked to a 7-0 lead over district rival Irving High Tigers. Pickler back. He's going to take it right up the middle on the snap, and this time he's got a little room. He's hauled down, but not before he picks up 5 yards and the first down. Ball will be marked at the 18-yard line. Quarterback sneak from Pickler, and that came from out of the shotgun. Colleyville put the ball back in play. Toburney up the middle. Nope, it's held and thrown. Nice pitch and catch, and there's a touchdown to Trey Smith. Nice fake to Justin Toburney up the middle. Trey Smith comes on a post route right across the center, and it's hit right between the 8 and the 4, and just like that, the Panthers have a 13-0 lead over the Tigers as Max Allen, the sophomore, comes on to try and convert the PAT. Deep snapper is Thomas Walsh. Smith's got it, gets down a bad snap. This is not a pretty kick, but it goes through. The knuckleball gets through for Allen, and nice job by Trey Smith right there to control the snap, get it down, and put it through. So with 3:04 to play in the first quarter, Panthers lead 14-0 back on Champion Sports Radio after this timeout.
For Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShopboxDFW.com today. ShopboxDFW.com.
Back at Irving School Stadium, 3:04 to play in the first quarter. Colleyville leads at 14-0 as Max Allen puts the ball in play. It's tipped and muffed by the Irving High Tigers. They'll receive the ball at the 1-yard line, try and bang it back out, and right at the 14-yard line, Jared Valley and a host of other Heritage Panthers able to down the runner. Decorious Choice. So just like that, 2 possessions and 14 points for the Colleyville Heritage Panthers as the defense stands up to the Irving High Tigers. And once again, Colleyville takes it approximately 65 yards for a touchdown. (3-4) defense for the Panthers. Christian Garcia still at quarterback for Irving. Snap back, he'll look to hand off up the middle, keeps it, comes around the left-hand side, and he's going to be caught from the backside by Brandon Martin and Jared Valley as they'll pull him down after about a 5-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 5, ball at the 24-yard line. Irving will send 2 receivers to either side, but they'll stack them. Keeps the release of the receiver behind easier. Can't get chucked at the line of scrimmage. Garcia to call it. 10 left on the play clock. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Nope, he'll give it off to Franklin up the middle, and Franklin is drugged down after about a 2-yard gain, gets to the 26. It'll be 3rd down and 3 from the 26 for Irving. We're just over 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Keyshawn Mitchell will come to the near side. They'll have a host of receivers, a trifecta of them to the high side. Garcia calls for the snap, hands it off inside. He follows the receiver, he does not hand it off, and he is tripped up, and he's short, about 2 yards short of a first down right there. Nice play on the defense, interior line, and I believe that was number 40 for Colleyville, Dwight Squire, who shoe tackled the quarterback, and they're going to bring in the punt team for Irving, down 14-0, 1:25 to play in the first, and to kick it'll be Alfredo Molina. Back is Jacob Sisk and Ryan Felipe for the Colleyville Heritage Panthers. They'll stand at the 45-yard line, awaiting the kick of Molina, who stands at his 10. Molina calls for the snap, comes back clean. He runs to his right and kicks it to the right-hand side. It's going to bounce at the 43 and get past Sisk, who's trying to track it down. He gets it at the 25, looking for a block, can't find one. Now he's trying to do some fancy footwork, and he gets to the corner. Oh, boy, if he breaks one block, they've got a wall set up on the right-hand side. But he's not able to do it, and Sisk is down at the 26-yard line. That's where the Panthers will take over their third possession of the night, and so far they are 2 for 2 on scoring drives for head coach Mike Fuller. Big matchup here tonight at Irving School Stadium between the two teams that are tied with 2-1 records in district. So one team stays in the competition tonight, and the other will not. In the first quarter over in Bedford, it's still knotted at 0 between Euless Trinity and LD Bell as they try to figure out who's going to be at the top of the standings. Here's a screen to Cody Butler. He catches it, and he's shoelace tackled at the 30-yard line for about a 4-yard gain. Griffin Pickler has been spot on with the pitch and catch with his receivers so far tonight early in this game. 2nd and 6, ball marked right at the 30-yard line. Pickler from the shotgun takes a snap, looks to his left, trying to find a man, got all day to throw it, can't find anybody. Now he's going to get wrapped up in the backfield. He gets away, moves back to his left, throws the football, and this one's going to be short. Threw it off the back foot, intended for Trey Smith at the 40, but it comes up just out of reach of his fingertips, and it's going to be 3rd down and 6 from the 30, as Pickler got himself into a little bit of a pickle, no pun intended, but got the pass away, throwing it, running the wrong direction, and therefore did not have enough on it to get it to Trey Smith, who's already got a reception and a touchdown tonight. 3rd and 6. Pickler once again from the shotgun. They'll look to the sideline to see if they want to change the play. 2 receivers to each side. 6 yards to gain for a first down. They'll look one more time to the sideline as they've got 6 left on the play clock. With 1 second left, the snap's made. Pickler looking right, got a man. Caught by Trey Smith, who's got the defender draped over his back, but it's going to be a first down and a 16-yard gain for the Panthers all the way out to the 45-yard line. Orozco made the tackle for Irving, and Orozco was draped all over the back of Trey Smith, but he still is able to come up with the play. Quick snap, screen to the left-hand side, and Boffinger is tackled. That one sniffed out rather handily by Irving's number 32, Luis Garcia, and that's the end of the first quarter, but it's a successful one for the Heritage Panthers. They lead it 14-0 over the Tigers from Irving, back at Irving School Stadium after this timeout.
Agency is a proud sponsor of Colleyville Heritage Panther football. The Jason Ridley Agency offers home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, and coverage for all your valuable property, including business insurance. The Jason Ridley Agency is conveniently located in Colleyville, and you can find them online at jasonridley.com or call them today at 817-281-4500. The Jason Ridley Agency says, "Go Panthers."
Nationwide is on your side.
Someday you may wake up and think, I'm running out of time to do something about retirement. Don't let that happen to you. AXA Advisors can help you do something now that may provide a solid future for you and your family tomorrow. Start your financial strategy today with AXA Advisors. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through AXA Advisors LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA, SIPC.
Back at Irving School Stadium, Panthers take over, go the other direction from the 36. Here's a pitch coming left, and that's Corbin in the backfield. He's got it, and he'll be knocked down after about a 4-yard gain as from the shotgun, DeMarco Corbin is able to take the pitch from Griffin Pickler around the left-hand side, and it'll be 2nd down and 6. Ball's marked at the 48-yard line. Trey Smith will be on this side, 2 receivers to the high side. Pickler back to throw. Got a man breaking open in the middle. If he lays it in there right, he hits him, but he can't. Just over the hands of Boffinger. And that would have gone for a touchdown, but not able to get it is Brett Boffinger. It's going to be 4th down and 7 yards from the 48-yard line, and looks like Mike Fuller is going to roll the dice here instead of playing the field possession game with Irving. They could end up being a quick kick, though, as we've seen Griffin Pickler do this many times. They'll look to the sideline. Butler, Newell, and Boffinger on the right-hand side. Trey Smith here on the left-hand side. 4 receivers to head to the pattern. Marco Corbin, they'll snap back, no kick. Pickler to throw. Got his man wide open as Trey Smith picks up the first down at the 40, well, we'll call it the 38-yard line, and that was 18 yards on the pass as Smith runs a simple out route way past the first down marker, but turns back to his left, and the ball is right on target between the 8 and the 4, and another nice pitch and catch from Griffin Pickler to Trey Smith. And we've got a timeout on the field. Not sure what for. Or actually, who called the timeout for that matter. Normally we would take a break right here, but we'll go ahead and keep it right here since we're not sure how long ago they called the timeout. But that was a 15-yard pass play for a first down from Trey Smith. Or from Griffin Pickler to Trey Smith on the 4th and 7. So a really nice offensive play there, and it keeps the possession alive for Colleyville. So far on the night, Griffin Pickler having an outstanding productive night through the air. 12 of 14 for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's an 85.7% clip through the air. Running the football-wise, Colleyville has not done a lot of it. Corbin's got 12, Tilburni's got 1 run for 5, and Boffinger had 1 end around for a yard. But through the air, Griffin Pickler looks like an all-star tonight. And head coach Aaron Delatorre for Irving High said that even though Cody Thomas is gone, Mike Fuller's not, and that means that this Colleyville team has always got a chance to be productive on offense. Pickler now, back to throw, lofts it up, left side, Smith pushes off, and the ball is in and out of his hands, no call, and he just misses on the touchdown right there. Maybe a little bit more loft underneath that one, and Trey Smith has got touchdown number 2 on the night and 3 for the Panthers. As it goes, it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 38-yard line. Colleyville looking to just absolutely decimate the defensive back or the defensive secondary for the Irving High Panthers. Pickler to throw again. Lots of time. Got a man breaking over the middle. Boffinger doesn't pick up a block, but he's able to turn the corner anyway, and he'll get about 7 yards. Actually, he almost gets to the first down marker. We'll give him 9 yards on the pitch and catch as Boffinger is able to take it a crossing route, drags across the middle behind the linebackers that drop into coverage, and it's a nice play from Pickler to Boffinger, and it's 3rd down and 1, very manageable for Colleyville. Pickler's going to take it, run right behind the offensive line, and he's going to be close as he got stopped by the big offensive lineman, Cody Black. Couldn't go anywhere. But it looks like they're going to give him enough for the first down, and they do. Lewis Womack, the head official referee for tonight's game, points for a Colleyville first down. So the ball spotted at the 33-yard line. Nope, mark that. Check that. That's the 28. Ball's marked at the 28-yard line. To throw, nope, he's going to hand off up the middle, and DeMarco Corbin's got it, and he may pick up a yard or 2. Pickler looked like he was going to try a quick slant route, but ended up sliding it into the running back, DeMarco Corbin, who does not go for much of a gain, and it's going to be 3rd down and 9. Make that 2nd and 9 from the 27. Colleyville will look to the sideline to see if there's a play change. 3 receivers to the near side. Pickler to throw. Looking left. Now goes back right. Got his man caught, and that's Cody Butler on a nice 9-yard out route, and it's going to be another first down for the Colleyville Heritage Panthers. Picks up, looks like about 10 yards on the reception. Ball's down to the 18, maybe 17-yard line. First down into the red zone for Colleyville again. Pickler, he's going to run. Jumps over his running back, DeMarco Corbin, and he picks up close to 4 yards inside the 15-yard line. It'll be second down from there. Omar Perez on the tackle for the Irving High Tigers. 9:45 to play in the half. Pickler hands it off inside. Corbin's got it. Does not show the pop in his step that he has had early in this season, but still seems to be running without a limp or a gimp. So it'll be third down and a long 3. Ball on the 10-yard line. Goal to goal now. Pickler hands it off one more time. Corbin, if he's hurt, is not going to show it, but this time he's swallowed up by the defensive line of Irving, headed up by Davius Ballard and Yvonne Perla. Fourth down and call it a long 3, just inside the 10-yard line. Colleyville scored so far on each of their first 2 possessions. This is number 3. They'll look to the sideline. Corbin will move to the right of the quarterback, Pickler, from the shotgun. Snap back. They'll fake the handoff, throw it over the top, and it's almost caught and then knocked away. Almost actually picked off. Michael Coley with the defensive play, and on fourth down the ball is turned over, and that was easy field goal range right there, but Mike Fuller decides to try and go for the touchdown, doesn't get it, and the ball's turned over on the 10-yard line where the Irving Tigers will take over, going from our left to our right, north to south here at Irving School Stadium in Irving, Texas, just a stone throw away from downtown Dallas. I guess a rather long stone, but needless to say, a stone. Irving will set up from the 10. Christian Garcia in the backfield as quarterback. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws it left-hand side. Caught over there, and the receiver is able to run forward over one of the defenders. That's Ryan Felipe, who knocks himself on the head for missing that tackle. And out of bounds with close to a 7-yard gain. And that was number 18 for Irving, Markel Cooks. Oh, check that. Number 10. That was number 10, Chase Goodall, with the reception. Goodall will come to the far right now. Trip receivers to the right, one to the high side. Garcia in the shotgun. Takes a snap, runs straight forward with it. He's going to keep it himself. Gets by Vallely, but he will not get by Brandon Martin, the linebacker who comes from the right side and shuts him down, but not until the Irving High Tiger is able to get a first down and move the chains for Irving. 7:51 to play in the half. Irving down by 14 to district rival Colleyville Heritage. Trying to move the ball out of their own goalposts. The shadows of their own goalposts, put it that way. From the 22, here's a flag, and we're going to have motion up front on Irving. That'll back them up 5 and make it 1st and 15 from the 18-yard line. Heard it right there. Offensively, Brian Chase, the offensive tackle, moved before the snap. Empty backfield, 3 receivers to the top side, 2 to the near side. Garcia will take the snap by himself. Colleyville comes with a blitz, and he tries to get up the middle, and he's got nowhere to go as the defensive line for Colleyville absolutely shuts the door down. No gain, and it will be a 2nd down and 15. Isaac Lee, Jason Williams, a host of Colleyville defenders along with Brandon Martin. Braxton Martin, excuse me. Jared Crouch was also in. 2nd and 15, stacked 3 receivers deep to the far side. And there's another motion on Irving. That'll back him up 5 more yards. After the loss of 2 on the carry. And that time they'll credit the false start to William Blanton. In for Charles Eddington at the strong tackle for Irving. Alan Davis checks into the game for the Tigers. Now 2nd down and 22, ball at the 11-yard line. They were able to get a first down, but now they've backed it up almost where they started from. Garcia looking to throw, looks left. Ball is tipped and almost picked off. And if Ryan Felipe had gotten that one in his hands, it was an 11-yard stroll for a touchdown. Third and 22, ball at the 11-yard line. Got some room to give right here, but you certainly do not want to give up a first down as you've won the field position battle so far. Here's a run up the middle. Gets back 11 of those yards, and that's the quarterback, Garcia. Back to punt is Ivan Soriano. Felipe and Sisk back deep at the 50-yard line to receive the punt. Snap is back. It's a good one. Soriano to his right. He'll kick it. And this is a decent kick. It's going to be fielded at the 44 by Sisk. Going far right. Can't get a block from Valley, who pulls off, but he's able to get away. And he's got blockers in front of him. Sisk, he turns a corner. 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Colleyville Heritage, and Mike Fuller mentioned it in the pregame show that you got a couple of guys that if they get the football back there on a punt return, they can go the distance, and right there, Jacob Sisk takes it the distance for himself. 56 yards on the return. He was basically tackled, was able to break away from a shoestring tackle, and he takes it the distance, and just like that, with 5:15 to play in the half, Panthers have put 20 points on the board. Max Allen will try and convert the PAT. Snap is back. Hold by Smith is good, and the kick is good. 21-0. 5:17 to play in the first half. Colleyville absolutely destroying this Irving High team. Back on Champion Sports Radio after this timeout.
Tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
Colleyville Heritage Panthers lead the Irving High Tigers 21-0, 5:17 to play here in the second quarter. Max Allen puts his right foot into it to kick it away back deep for Irving. Irving will pick it up at the 7-yard line, come right, and they're going to be knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line, and that is number 23 for Irving, Alan Davis, the sophomore wide receiver defensive back and also returner. So far it's been, for the most part, other than a single possession that was stopped at the 11-yard line, a flawless first half for Colleyville on offense. And a key to that return, I have to make mention of it, Jared Valley was about to put his shoulder into the back of a blocker because he thought that Jacob Sisk was going to use his block to get around the corner. Sisk cut up in front of him, and Valley does a very cerebral, smart move by lifting his hands up and backing off the block, and it goes for a touchdown. If he touches the receiver or the defensive man there, that one's coming back. Here's a run up the middle. Franklin's got it as Irving has got the football and give him 11 yards on the run. That's the starting tailback, Antonio Franklin, the senior for the Irving High Tigers. Isaac Lee made the stop for the Colleyville Heritage Panthers. It'll be first down. Ball is just over the 35-yard line, not quite to the 36. Christian Garcia is the quarterback for Irving. He'll look, he'll throw right. Ball is caught and going to be wrapped up and thrown down for maybe a 3-yard gain as Chase Goodall, his preferred receiver so far on the evening. Thursday night football. It's a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous night for football in the state of Texas. About 65 degrees, barely a lick of wind. And it's high school football in October in the state of Texas. You got to love it. Back to the line of scrimmage. Christian Garcia will adjust his backfield mate to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Now motion from Michael Cooley. Snap is back. Garcia looks to throw. Got a man left. It's caught for the first down, and he's going to go for about 7 yards past the first down. Chase Goodall, his number 1 receiver on the night, as Goodall runs about a 12-yard out route, turns a hook, and has the ball right in his chest between the 1 and the 0. He's able to pick up a first down as the linebackers had not fallen far enough into pass coverage to cut that one off. And the Irving High Tigers now in Colleyville Heritage Panther territory for the second time tonight. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top side. Handoff inside, and a nice gap and run. 16 yards, maybe 15 yards on the carry for Antonio Freeman. And just like that, Irving High is back in business. Ball is down to the 32-yard line. So in the better part of 4 plays now, they've gone from the 25 down to the 32-yard line and into the Colleyville Heritage Panther zone. Garcia back, takes a snap, hands it up the middle to Freeman. He's wrapped up by Dwight Squire. Squire hangs on, tries to pull the ball loose, but he's going to be stopped after about a 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 7 from the 29-yard line. Garcia so far 3 of 4 for 26 yards through the air. That doesn't sound right, but we'll wait until the stats are updated. He's got the ball, looks inside, hands it off to Freeman. No, he keeps it himself. Fooled me. Brought it around the right-hand side, and he's going to be stopped at the 26-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and 3 from the 26. Yard to gain is about halfway between the 23 and 22-yard line. So we'll call it a long 3.5 or a short 4, whichever you prefer. Nice fake, though, on that one from the quarterback Garcia. Turned it up the left-hand side behind his the right-hand side behind his big tackle, Brian Chase. He'll take the ball, take it right up the middle on the quarterback draw, and he's going to be shut down. Well, he leans forward now. We'll have to see where they mark it. Looks to be about a yard and a half short of the first down. It's going to be 4th down there as this Colleyville defense stiffens one more time. 1 minute and 53 seconds to go here in the first half, and host of changes offensively for Irving. It looks like they're going to bring the big tight end into the football game. That's 92 Tavion Buchanan. So they're going to go with a powerhouse front and a yard and a half to gain, and here comes a timeout from head coach for Irving, Aaron Della Torre. So Della Torre takes the timeout. We will take it with him. 21-0. Panthers lead the Tigers here on Champion Sports Radio. Back with the rest of the first half after this timeout.
On all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/championsportsradio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/championsportsradio, your home for championship social media.
And we are back at Irving School Stadium, where the Colleyville Heritage Panthers lead the Irving Tigers 21-0 with 1:31 here to play in the first half. Power lineup to the right-hand side for Irving. They take the snap, hand it off, and it looks like it's going to be a first down as they blow over the right-hand side of their offensive line. We'll find out who has the football in just a moment. That was a different back than Freeman, and it looks like it was 26. Number 26 for Irving is Morris Shell. And he had a host of blockers in front of him. Trimmed in all black with gold helmets are the Irving Tigers. The Colleyville Panthers wearing their black pants with white jerseys and black hat. Here's a drive up the middle, handed off to Freeman. On top of his back is Braxton Martin. Martin rides down the offensive runner to the 11-yard line, and it's going to be close to a first down. Jared Crouch also in on the tackle for Irving. Irving hurries to the line this time. 3 receivers to the top side, 1 to the bottom. The running back Freeman to the right of the quarterback, Christian Garcia. Garcia takes a snap, hands it off up the middle, and this is not going to go very far, but Freeman is able to actually push himself forward to the 9-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a first down as Irving High now in goal-to-goal situation, first and goal from the 9. 41.1 seconds to go, and a timeout is going to come right here, and they'll give it to Coach Austin Delatore's Irving Tigers. Take a break and be back on Champion Sports Radio in just a moment.
Being on your own for the SAT or ACT? Follow My Test Answers on Twitter and Facebook for free solutions to official test questions. Got a question of your own? Send a message to My Test Answers and get a response for free. Got more than one question? Don't worry, we'll answer those too. With over a decade of experience in helping students prepare for standardized tests, the experts at My Test Answers will get you the answers you want whenever you need it. My Test Answers, problems solved.
Jason Ridley Agency is a proud sponsor of Colleyville Heritage Panther football. The Jason Ridley Agency offers home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, and coverage for all your valuable property, including business insurance. The Jason Ridley Agency is conveniently located in Colleyville, and you can find them online at jasonridley.com or call them today at 817-281-4500. The Jason Ridley Agency says, go Panthers.
Nationwide is on your side.
And we're back here at Irving School Stadium. Irving quarterback Christian Garcia takes it up the middle for close to a 3-yard gain. Ball will be at the 6-yard line. 22 seconds to play in the first half and only one timeout to try and get this one in the end zone. Garcia rolling left. He's got a host of Colleyville Heritage Panther defenders in his face, and he's knocked down. 12.5 seconds to play here in the half, and a timeout, the last one of the half for Irving. As a nice job there from the right side of the Irving or the Panther defense swallows up the quarterback, Christian Garcia. And another defensive stand from Colleyville as they've got to make one more stop to try and keep any points off the board alongside Craig Hoffman, who has entered the building.
Paperwork is fun, man.
Yeah, we won't go into that, but congratulations on your new purchase here in the state of Texas.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure the government will appreciate my taxes.
All right. Oh, I didn't see. You texted me, and you're in the booth. So
yeah, I found it. I'm here. So Colleyville Heritage is up 21-0.
21-0. It's been an exciting game. I was going to say I'd let you do halftime, but
I can ask you questions all day long.
That's what you should do then. You'll do the
audience. You and me, we can learn together.
Well, let's put it this way: 14 of 18 for 163 yards and 2 touchdowns.
For Griffin Pickler?
So far, Griffin Pickler's having a pretty good night, and he had another pass for about 40 yards that just out of the fingertips of Trey Smith. It was tipped away by one of the Irving defenders, but I'll tell you what, it has been a stellar offensive night so far for Griffin Pickler.
Well, what we've said all year, Doug, is that Griffin Pickler's a guy who, while he is a senior, is inexperienced. So he's going to get more consistent as he gets more experience, and we're seeing that tonight.
Third down from the 16. Garcia is going to throw it left side of the back of the end zone, and this is out of bounds over his head. 7.9 seconds to play in the half, and it's going to be fourth down from the 15. We'll have to see here, Craig, if Irving decides to put some points on the board and get something positive out of this half of football, or if they decide to go for the touchdown.
Well, it all depends on if you get the ball to start the second half. And if you're Irving and you get the ball to start the second half, which they do, then you kick the field goal here. You get 21-3, and then you hopefully come out, march down the field, because obviously you move the ball to get in the red zone here, so they're moving. Hopefully you can build on that and pull it to within 2 scores with the score to start the next half.
Ivan Soriano will put this field goal as they bring the field goal team on. Ball be spotted at the 22. Call it a 32-yard field goal. He had plenty of leg watching him kick in the pregame. They're going to run a fake out to the right side. He catches it. He is not, I don't going to believe, make it, and out of bounds. A nice defensive play by, is that Felix? It is. For Colleyville, Nick Felix reads the fake, and just like that, with 1.4 seconds to play, everything went wrong right there for Irving.
Well, Christian Garcia makes a great pass from down on one knee, which is actually fun. I guess there's a bend in the rules because in high school and college, you're down once your knee is on the ground, but obviously as a holder, that there's an exception to that rule. But he makes a beautiful pass out, a swing pass just beyond the tips of the defender, so good job by Garcia, but just too much speed on the edge. A great job by Nick Felix.
Well, Colleyville sets up like they're going to try and do something right here. I'm not thinking I would just take a knee, but Boffinger will take it on the handoff right-hand side. He's got a little bit of room, but he's hit after about a 3-yard gain, and that'll take us to halftime. The Colleyville Heritage Panthers right now dominating on the arm of Griffin Pickler and a couple of touchdown catches to Trey Smith. It's 21-0 back with the halftime show, and that would be the Stat Geek halftime show. Craig Hoffman is going to anchor that as my voice is about gone. You're listening to Champion Sports Radio here on championsportsradio.com. Back after this timeout.
The Agency is a proud sponsor of Colleyville Heritage Panther football. The Jason Ridley Agency offers home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, and coverage for all your valuable property, including business insurance. The Jason Ridley Agency is conveniently located in Colleyville, and you can find them online at jasonridley.com or call them today at 817-281-4500. The Jason Ridley Agency says, Go Panthers!
Nationwide is on your side.
When you want to build something, how do you start? With a plan, right? That's what AXA Advisors is about. We work with individuals and small businesses to help build financial strategies that get them closer to the things they want to achieve in life. Start right by starting your financial strategy with AXA Advisors. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through AXA Advisors LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA SIPC. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com. This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
Jason Ridley Agency is a proud sponsor of Colleyville Heritage Panther football. The Jason Ridley Agency offers home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, and coverage for all your valuable property, including business insurance. The Jason Ridley Agency is conveniently located in Colleyville, and you can find them online at jasonridley.com or call them today at 817-281-4500. The Jason Ridley Agency says, go Panthers.
Nationwide is on your side.
Don't put off the things you know you should do today. Start a financial strategy with Axe Advisors so you can prepare for the things you need tomorrow. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through Axe Advisors, LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA, SIPC.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
Hey, the gang's all here. Stat Geek Halftime Show. Craig Hoffman and Doug Branch will rejoin me momentarily. Take a look at some stats from the first half. Coming up on the Stat Geek Halftime Show, Doug will provide some context here to this first half. But as for the raw numbers, total yards, Colleyville Heritage leads 192 to 137. And actually, a lot of these numbers are close. The score is not, as Colleyville Heritage leads 21-0 at the half. So 192 total yards for Colleyville Heritage to 137 for Irving. 10 first downs to 8. The Colleyville Heritage stats will be first. Just 29 rushing yards, 108 for Irving, but again, it hasn't produced any points. Colleyville Heritage keeping Irving off balance, though. They're at least not giving up on the run. 17 attempts. Meanwhile, Griffin-Pickler through the air, sensational. 14 of 18, 163 yards. Irving's only tried to throw the ball 6 times. They've completed 4 attempts for 29 yards, including the fake that more or less ended the half, the fake field goal that kept it at 21-0 as it was sniffed out, and obviously no points from the field goal. Completion percentage, 77% for Griffin-Pickler, by the way. 2 punts for Irving, none for Colleyville Heritage. Punting yards, 88. Punting average, 44. That's 2 divided by 88. Penalties, a clean half for Colleyville Heritage, a huge reason they're up 21-0. And 2 for 10. For 2 penalties for 10 yards, I should say, for Irving. Against the Stat Geek Halftime Show, I am Craig Hoffman. As we continue to look at some of the stats here for the first half of this district game, I told you Griffin-Pickler stats, Christian Garcia. He does have all 4 at completions on all 6 attempts, those passing stats that I told you about. He was the holder on the fake. In terms of the running backs, DeMarco Corman, 8 rushes, 18 yards. Justin Toberni's got 1 for 5. Brett Boffinger's gotten 2 carries for 5 yards. Antonio Franklin leads the way for Irving, 11 rushes, 63 yards. Christian Garcia's run it 12 times for 41 yards. On the receiving end, who's been catching those Griffin Pickler passes? Brett Boffinger has 5 times, 63 yards. He's averaging over 12 a catch. Trey Smith's got 3 for 42. Good to see him back involved. Jake Newell, Cody Butler, 2 catches apiece. Justin Toberny and Jackson Zeladon each have a catch. On the Irving side, Chase Goodall's been the go-to guy. He's got 3 receptions for 26 yards. Ivan Soriano's got the other. He is the kicker. So, Doug, welcome you back in here. Actually, let's do this. Let's take a quick break, come back. Those numbers I just gave you, Doug's going to give you some context on them next here. It's the Stat Geek Halftime Show on Champion Sports Radio.
Jason Ridley Agency is a proud sponsor of Colleyville Heritage Panther football. The Jason Ridley Agency offers home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, and coverage for all your valuable property, including business insurance. The Jason Ridley Agency is conveniently located in Colleyville, and you can find them online at jasonridley.com or call them today at 817-281-4500. The Jason Ridley Agency says, Go Panthers!
Nationwide is on your side.
Never do today what you can put off until tomorrow, right? Now, that's not exactly the saying, but it seems like people would rather do anything other than doing something about their finances. That's why there's AXA Advisors. We work one-on-one with you to create a financial strategy for the things you need tomorrow. Start your financial strategy today with AXA Advisors. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through AXA Advisors, LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA SIPC.
If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need StatGeek, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
It's halftime here at Irving School Stadium alongside Craig Hoffman, Doug Branch on the Stat Geek Halftime Show. Panthers lead it 21-0. Let's go down to the field and listen to the pride of the Colleyville Heritage Marching Band. Heritage. Heritage.
The pride of the Colleyville Heritage High School, I guess it's the pride of Colleyville Heritage High School, the Colleyville Heritage Marching Band. Easy for me to say. Here on the Stat Geek Halftime Show, Colleyville Heritage's football team, they're providing some pride right now, up 21-0 over the Irving Tigers. I'm Craig Hoffman alongside Doug Branch. When we get back, as promised, Doug will provide you with infinite knowledge and wisdom.
The Agency is a proud sponsor of Colleyville Heritage Panther football. The Jason Ridley Agency offers home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, and coverage for all your valuable property, including business insurance. The Jason Ridley Agency is conveniently located in Colleyville, and you can find them online at jasonridley.com or call them today at 817-281-4500. The Jason Ridley Agency says, go Panthers.
Nationwide is on your side.
You make plans for just about everything. The weekend, vacation, going out to dinner. But have you created a plan for the rest of your life? Start your financial strategy today with AXA Advisors. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through AXA Advisors LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA SIPC.
Do you need a boost in exposure? Want to reach local, community-minded folks with information about your business? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games for more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. It's also a way for your business to give back to the community by helping all these well-deserving student athletes get some recognition for their accomplishments. The cost simply can't be beat for the effect it will have. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and best of all, it provides an opportunity for the best advertisement of all, word of mouth. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShopboxDFW.com today. ShopboxDFW.com.
Stat Geek, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Available now in the iPad App Store, online at statgeek.com. It's the Stat Geek Halftime Show. I'm Craig Hoffman alongside Doug Branch, who now I've given a enormous promise here, Doug, and all the responsibility falls on you to pay it off. Infinite knowledge and wisdom about this 21-0 score for Colleyville Heritage over Irving. Let's start offensively for Colleyville Heritage. Is it as simple as the numbers that aren't lying, hopefully? Griffin Pickler, 14 of 18. Is this his best game he's played all year?
Well, I mean, efficiency-wise, obviously, this is his best game that he has played all year. But, even more than that, I think that the line is giving him time to throw. The Irving defense has not really been able to put a lot of pressure on Griffin Pickler. But then again, if you look at the defensive backs for Irving, they have not been, trying to cover tight on the receivers either. They've been some pretty open receivers. So, Pickler's made, although I will say this, he made a spectacular throw. The second touchdown, he, I believe, put up, let me check it real quick here. It was to, let's go to box score. The second touchdown, to Trey Smith. No, it was the first one to Brett Buffinger. In the left corner of the end zone, he throws it right to the pylon at the deep left back corner of the end zone. And I'm like going, who is he throwing to? and then out of nowhere, Boffinger dives and makes a great catch. So he knew where the receiver was going. The timing was perfect. He had me fooled. But, DeMarco Corbin was questionable to play this game. Coach Mike Fuller told me in the pregame show that he would go through pregame warm-ups and then decide if he was going to play. He's played. Coach Mike Fuller has really put the ball in his hand a lot of times, although I think he is just a little bit off as he doesn't have that hop in his step. But they continue to pound the ball to him. Justin Toberney has not really been a factor yet, where last week he stepped in after the DeMarco Corbin injury. He got nicked up a little bit and was very good with the football.
Yeah, and I think that's important. Sometimes attempts do matter. Obviously, yards are more important, and scores are even more important than that. But you got to keep a defense off balance. And you mentioned that offensive line. On the defensive side, Davius Ballard, if he's not getting in the backfield, you're winning. I mean, that's a guy who's a D1 prospect. He's committed to Houston. So if the interior of that offensive line is holding big number 7 back, that's an impressive job by them. Speaking of defense, let's flip it around. That 0 is pretty impressive, just as that 21 is, if you're Colleyville Heritage. What have they done so successfully against this run-heavy Irving offense?
Well, Irving, with Christian Garcia at quarterback, 2 times has got into the red zone. 2 times they've been goal-to-goal. And 2 times Colleyville has stiffened and kept them from putting any points on the board. Now, that being said, I think the Irving kind of stifled themselves on that last attempt at trying to score. Yeah, I think they should have taken. I think it's a moral victory for their team to take the 3 points. I don't think the trying to throw off your knee to the kicker. The kicker who's trying to run out as a receiver is the play you want to make there. But I'm not coaching on the field for Aaron Delatorre, so he tried to make something happen. It didn't work out. His team is down 3 touchdowns. But I think the story of the game is at this point 2 keys. Griffin Pickler has been outstanding at quarterback. Has been very proficient at quarterback, and the other part is the Colleyville defense. They've bent a bunch of times, but they haven't broken yet. And each time that the football has gotten near their the shadow of their goal posts, they have stiffened and kept a very potent offensive attack off the scoreboard.
I will say that is somewhat consistent with what we've seen from Colleyville Heritage all year. This is a team that's given up plenty of sustained drives. But you have to sustain a drive. They haven't been giving up, and this goes back to the guys that we talk about every single week, Jacob Sisk and Ryan Felipe. Those 2 guys on the back end prevent big plays as well as any safety duo we've seen this year. Think how many over-the-top huge plays have we seen against the Colleyville Heritage defense this year? It can't be none, but none that I can remember off the top of my head. I think maybe 1 or 2.
Well, they've given up a couple. I mean, you've seen that, but
what now? 6 games deep?
Yeah, and what I asked Coach Mike Fuller that in the pregame show. I said, is it you got to be pretty happy, almost bubbly, that you've got 2 guys back there that nobody goes over the top of. And he said, it's nice to know that they're back there, but what's more important is those are 2 guys that come up and flat out stick their head in on the run. Mm-hmm. They are not afraid to come out and try and tear your head off, and that, he said, is what really stiffens this defense.
Yeah, no doubt. So you're not going to beat them over the top, and if you again, you have to sustain a drive, and on a night like tonight where they're not breaking at the end of that bend, you see this, 21-0 Colleyville Heritage on top. It's Stacky Halftime Show. Craig Hoffman and Doug Branch, so happy to be with you on Champion Sports Radio. And Champion Sports Radio, what a gem. Colleyville Heritage Panthers football is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio. On Twitter at Champion Sports, Facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and online at ChampionSportsRadio.com. When we get back, we'll try to pull up some scores from around the area, maybe get you a listen to the Irving band. They're marching around right now, so if they're still playing, we'll get you a listen to them. That's all coming up next on the Stack Geek Halftime Show.
Is a proud sponsor of Colleyville Heritage Panther football. The Jason Ridley Agency offers home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, and coverage for all your valuable property, including business insurance. The Jason Ridley Agency is conveniently located in Colleyville, and you can find them online at jasonridley.com or call them today at 817-281-4500. The Jason Ridley Agency says, go Panthers.
Nationwide is on your side.
You make plans for just about everything. The weekend, vacation, going out to dinner. But have you created a plan for the rest of your life? Start your financial strategy today with AXA Advisors. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through Axe Advisors LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA SIPC.
Do you need a boost in exposure? Want to reach local, community-minded folks with information about your business? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games for more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. It's also a way for your business to give back to the community by helping all these well-deserving student athletes get some recognition for their accomplishments. The cost simply can't be beat for the effect it will have. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and best of all, it provides an opportunity for the best advertisement of all, word of mouth. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
Stat Geek Halftime Show. Craig Hoffman and Doug Branch here on Champion Sports Radio. Quick Major League Baseball update. The Red Sox lead the Tigers 4-0. That's after 3 innings, Game 5 of the ALCS. Mike Napoli as a solo home run. The series is tied at 2. I can keep talking about it if you'd like.
No.
All right. Instead, how about Doug Branch and some scores from around the area? It's a Thursday night, though, so I don't know how many other games are going on. What you got over there?
Well, I got a page full of them, so we'll go ahead and go through.
All right, popular Thursday night.
Thank you. District 4, 5A, Haltom and Keller getting it on at the Keller ISD Athletic Complex. Keller leads at 14-9. In District 6, 5A, which is the one we are previously in, Colleyville Heritage, of course, presently. You're right. I didn't say that. Hey, it's been a long day.
Yeah.
Where have you been? We won't talk about that.
Yeah.
Colleyville Heritage, 21.
Sound like I was up to no good.
That's true.
I was just making a purchase.
Over the, sorry about that, over the
lots of paperwork.
home Irving High. Yeah, and you got a nicer car than me now. That's makes me jealous. 21-0, and of course the huge game that's going to determine who leads this district after this weekend. Euless Trinity and Hearst LD Bell are playing over at Pennington Field. It's 20-0 Trinity. So it looks like Trinity is going to take over the number 1 position in District 6 5A. In District 11 5A, it's Garland Naaman Forest 28, Garland Lakeview Centennial 7. Other scores from District 4A, District 9 4A tied at 14 is Little Elm and Frisco Heritage, and Centennial is down by 14 to Frisco Wakeland.
So there we go. You're caught up to date with what's going on in this Thursday night special game here on Champion Sports Radio. Back to Friday next week. A couple of home games for Colleyville Heritage coming up. Both MacArthur that was last week, MacArthur, Nimitz, and then R.L. Turner, that's on the road. LD Bell, that is senior night back at home. So 2 of the next 3 at home here for Colleyville Heritage. Let's go out down to the field once again. There's zeros on the clock, so the performance probably wrapping up here in short order. So I'm going to stop talking, and here is the Irving Marching Band. There you go. The Irving Marching Band here on the Stat Geek Halftime Show. We got bands, we got football. Some good old, I almost said Friday night in Texas. But guess what? It's Thursday. Doug Branch over there, Craig Hoffman here. Stat Geek Halftime Show. And when we get back, we'll preview the second half. And then, well, the second half here on Champion Sports Radio.
The interim director of fine arts for the Irving
Jason Ridley Agency is a proud sponsor of Colleyville Heritage Panther football. The Jason Ridley Agency offers home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, and coverage for all your valuable property, including business insurance. The Jason Ridley Agency is conveniently located in Colleyville, and you can find them online at jasonridley.com or call them today at 817-281-4500. The Jason Ridley Agency says, Go Panthers!
Nationwide is on your side.
When you want to start a financial strategy, you need one-on-one guidance from some of the best trained professionals in the financial services business. Axe Advisors is part of a global company helping millions of people pursue their financial goals. Contact Thomas Lee with Axe Advisors today to get started on your financial strategy. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through Axe Advisors LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA SIPC.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need StatGeek, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
Welcome back. Stat Geek Halftime Show done. Don't forget, when we are done, we're not done. Axe Advisors postgame show. See what I did there, Doug Branch?
Yes.
All right, very, very nice.
Are you choking on barbecue again?
No, I'm good.
All right.
Craig Hoffman on Champion Sports Radio. I survived eating last week. I have a chicken sandwich next to me, so if I don't come back from a break, we all know what happened. Wearing the all-black, white numbers, gold helmets. To the left are the Irving Tigers, kicking off Colleyville Heritage. They will be kicking from right to left. Colleyville Heritage tonight. They have not quite an Oregon number of uniform combinations, but they have a good number. They've got tonight the white jerseys, black numbers, red trim, black pants, black helmets, as well as the balls teed up. Holden Lyons ready to kick. Oh, Holden Lyons.
Max Allen.
Max Allen. Again, the kicker. And Holden Lyons had a soccer injury we told you about last week. Kick goes deep into the end zone and through the end zone for a touchback. And that's where, so I guess the 25-yard line is where Irving will take over, Doug.
Well, a nice foot into the football right there from Max Allen, who during the pregame warm-up was actually impressive to watch. And I was actually told that by the Irving coach, Aaron Della Torre, that he said, I said, nice left-footed kicker you've got here. And he said, yeah, did you look on the other end? That guy was just banging the football. So
just a sophomore.
A long way to come, but Max Allen has been getting it done, although he did have a very questionable field goal on the first, or extra point, I say, on the first touchdown. It was a knuckleball that made it over the center bar by 3 or 4 inches.
Christian Garcia in the gun, got 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, fakes the handoff, looking, has time, now flushed out to the right, and throws it incomplete to the near side.
Boy, that
just got rid of it.
Yeah, they're not going to call it grounding because he gets outside of the tackles before he gets rid of it and he throws it across. Well, that didn't get to the line of scrimmage. They're going to talk about it right here, but I do not believe they're going to call him for grounding.
Yeah, it was very, very close. The ball landed. It looked like the nose of the ball landed just beyond the 25. It'll be 2nd and 10, 7 seconds gone here in the third quarter. 21-0 Colleyville Heritage on defense with the lead. Standard 4-3 alignment, got the 2 safeties, Felipe and Sisk deep. Hunt and Felix are the corners. Snap, handoff up the middle, and swallowed immediately at the line. Colleyville Heritage, good swarming tackle there of Antonio Franklin.
Well, Antonio Franklin was the go-to guy giving the football away from the quarterback, Christian Garcia, in the first half for the Tigers, but in doing so, he was not able to pick up a lot of yards. He got some chunks at times, but the drive stalled, and they come away with no points in the first half.
The Euless Trinity transfer is Antonio Franklin. Garcia in the gun, looks slant near side, batted down at the line of scrimmage. I think it was Braxton Martin got his hand up on it. Big number 47, the middle linebacker, actually lined up on the line, hand down that time. A loaded front. Garcia thought, I better get rid of this thing quickly. Did, and a good job by Braxton Martin to get a hand up, forcing a punt.
Yeah, I got to say, it's kind of fun now. We're seventh game of the season, and I don't have to look down to see the names of the players now. You've got them committed to memory that we've seen them enough, but a nice play there from, as you said, Braxton Martin.
It's the fun of high school football. Rollout punt is low. It barely makes it over the line, but bounces all the way to the 40, where it's picked up by Jacob Sisk. He's able to slide forward a couple of yards along the numbers near side before he's tackled at the 47-yard line.
And I didn't mention to you, Jacob Sisk ran one back for a touchdown earlier in the game.
No way.
Oh, yes.
I could never believe that. A special teams touchdown. That makes 3 straight weeks. Felipe had 2. Sisk had 1 2 weeks ago. I should say Felipe had 1 each of the last 2 weeks. So I guess Ryan's got to do some catch-up here.
He's going to have to, but that's what Mike Fuller said. When you've got guys like that, not only playing defensive backs, but if they get a pickoff or if they get a punt with room, boy, they can do a lot with it, and that's another special team score for Colleyville this week.
Griffin Pickler in the gun, ball on the 47, 52 seconds gone in the third quarter. Hands off to Toburney. Coming off tackle left, cuts back across the numbers at the 50, into plus territory, and he's slung down at the 45 on the near side.
Well, a nice job there by the left tackle for Colleyville. That's or left guard, Colby Black, who puts his shoulders in the back of the diminutive Toburney and pushes him forward for a couple of extra yards that he was not going to get without help.
A good patient run, second down snap from the near side. Another patient run from Pickler, who slides, dives near the first down. There's a flag on the near side as he crosses the 45 and is tackled right on the 42, which is where the first down marker lies. But with the penalty down, it might not matter at all.
I got to tell you, I chuckle just a little bit as I call him the diminutive one, Toburney. He comes around the right side to put a block on Davius Ballard, who wears number 7, but 7 is the smallest thing on his jersey.
Yes.
This young man is of great size for a lineman.
As I said earlier,
he's every bit of probably 6'4", 200, probably 280, 290. Toburney just
commit to Houston.
Yeah,
D1 player.
He ducked out of his way. Didn't want to put the head in the chest. Can't say that I blame him.
Sometimes you just got to go, you know what? I'm just going to step and make you slow down a little bit. So, penalty you heard in the background there. 2nd and 12. Pickler in the gun. Ball in the near hash. Takes a snap. Looking, lofts it over the middle. He's got Boffinger at the 35, and he's tackled immediately down at the 30-yard line. A beautiful lofted throw along the far hash.
Well, and that one's going to go for about 26 yards, and as you said right there, Pickler waits for Boffinger to open up. He runs a little seam route, gets behind the linebacker in front of the defensive back, and Griffin Pickler, another nice precision pass.
Brought a linebacker blitz. It didn't get home. 1st and 10. Snap. Pickler looking deep for the fade. Down the right sideline. A diving attempt off the right hand of Boffinger. Incomplete.
Well, a nice defense on
That's actually Jake Newell. My apologies, Doug.
No worries. Nice defense on the backside from Alan Davis, the free safety, as he's able to range over and cover one of these split receivers. Of course, Trey Smith in the game along with Jake Newell, and is that Cody Butler on the far side?
Yeah, it looks like Butler is the far receiver. Handoff is fumbled. Pickler dives on top of it. That's going to bring up 3rd and very long, as Pickler looked to try to hand it off to Toburney. Toburney, I don't know whether he wasn't looking for it, thought Pickler was going to keep it. But
now tell me, isn't that 7 small on the front of that jersey?
Yeah, that is 1 small 7. As Davius Ballard comes in, Kevin Nguyen will go plug his hole, at least part of it, in the line. Pickler on 3rd and 13, ball at the Irving 33. Looking deep down the middle, has Boffinger at the 2, into the end zone. Touchdown, Colleyville Heritage, and they lead 27-0.
I think that went for about 36 yards on the strike.
33 yards, about 36 in the air. Took the shotgun snap and was able to really step into that throw.
Yeah, he did, and that's what he's done all night. I mean, you almost want to say, where have these plays been all season? He's not getting very much pressure up the middle. We'll watch Max Allen, see if he can tack on a
snap. Good, hold good. Max Allen's kick, no knuckling there. End over end, high, made it all the way to the track.
Anyway, what I was going to say was, I mean, the routes either that they're running are more precision, or they're just obviously they're going by the defensive backs. But Pickler has been spot on with his passing, precision passing. No one having to dive for anything, running right into the catch.
And let's be honest about a couple of things here. One, the teams they played the last 2 weeks haven't been as good as some of the teams they played, but also I think more importantly, Brett Boffinger is back. And even though they lost in his debut, Brett Boffinger wasn't back. He was just there was a guy out there that looked a lot like him wearing a 13 jersey, but Brett Boffinger, the player, was not back yet. Well, and you see there, he's the one who scores the touchdown. Nevertheless, the havoc he creates for others.
And his first game back, you're right, he didn't look back. But the second game back, he goes 7 receptions for 124 yards. Now, as I mentioned to Mike Fuller, Boffinger, for the most part, shut down last week. He did not have a huge week, but contributed enough for his team to win over a very tough Irving MacArthur team. So, you don't always have to put up huge numbers if you win. If you lose, then everybody's wondering where you went.
Yeah, and last week, in talking to Brett Basil before the game, they were worried about Boffinger, so some of the extra attention was able to open some things up for others. Max Allen has it teed up on the X at the 40-yard line, dead center. Jacob Sisk runs across the formation. A time is run as Allen sends it deep, and it's caught at the 5. No, he dropped it and kicked it out of bounds. That's going to give Irving, a team that has struggled tonight to move the football on most of its drives, horrible starting field position. A tough break there for Allen Davis.
Well, that's a sophomore right there. The inexperienced mistake on purpose kicked towards that side by Max Allen, and it probably would have gone out of bounds had
well, it's an interesting kick formation.
Davis not gone after that. Well,
because Davis is the only guy who's technically deep. He stayed about the goal line and had a couple other guys up at the 10, and he's standing dead center. So a kick to the angle like that is a long run for him.
Well, it's great. In golf they'd call that nice shot.
Yeah, a useful shot.
That's it. Useful
shot.
So we'll call it a useful shot from Max Allen.
And Scott Van Pelt can collect his tray later. As breaking through and getting out of the shadow of his own goalpost, a beautiful run to the left side for Antonio Franklin. Finally drugged down. Braxton Martin, Jacob Sisk chased him down on that far side, but he went off tackle left and got all the way out to the 22-yard line.
Now, did you mention Franklin was a Euless Trinity transfer?
Indeed, he is.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Played some limited snaps, but always had a good average. The same thing last year. Here after his transfer. This year, the featured back getting more time. Garcia hands to Franklin again. Powerful run up the middle. He's going to get about 5 yards across the 25 to the 26 before he's drugged down from behind.
Nice job on the defensive side over there. I believe that was Squire.
Yep.
And on the right corner, Felix, who are working hard to try and keep the runners down and inside instead of getting the outside, where Franklin was able to almost break that one for an 80-yard touchdown.
Taking their time here, 9:18 to go in the third quarter. Colleyville Heritage, the Panthers up 28-0 on the Irving Tigers. There's some confusion with something. The clock is stopped. That was supposed to happen when the chains moved, and it did, but that was only a 5-yard gain. Now one of the referees, the line judge, coming to the near side. There was a flag on the play. There we go. Beep, beep, beep.
So we'll act like that play didn't even happen, and everybody who made a stop there don't get credit for it.
Nope. Sorry. We tried. You were fantastic, though. Just terrific. Since I'm already paying Scott Van Pelt royalties tonight, steal as much of his as I can, except for his hairline.
Useful shot. Yeah, hairline.
Took you a second there. Garcia saunters
Is that the circular hairline or the one that he doesn't even have?
Non-existent. Scotty's been bald for a while.
Oh, here's a pick.
Interception from Ryan Felipe, and guess where he's going?
To the house.
To the house. Dives across the byline, and Ryan Felipe has a defense or special teams touchdown for the third week in a row.
Well, that's a great job right there. He reads the eyes of the quarterback, Garcia, cuts in front of the intended receiver, picks it off, and fortunate to pick up one block and dives into the left corner. And Sisk and Felipe both this weekend put touchdowns on the board in the non-offensive fashion.
Unbelievable the production they've gotten from these two this year. It's 34-0, extra point pending for Max Allen. Snap is good, hold is good. The kick is good as well, right through center. Poor ball kid in the back. He's standing back on the track, which is probably, 25, 30 yards from the goalpost?
25.
He's standing over there in lane 2, and Max Allen kicked the ball over his head. So, 35-0 here, 8:48 to go in the third quarter on Champion Sports Radio. I'm Craig Hoffman alongside Doug Branch. Colleyville Heritage Panther football brought to you by the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. Enjoy a cultural experience with your family without breaking the bank. Visit gdyo.org for more information. Also, Whirly Ball HEB leagues are forming right now, so visit them online at whirlyballheb.com. And we can't forget Thomas Lee with Axe Advisors. Don't put off things you know you should do today. Call Thomas Lee and start a financial strategy so you can prepare for the things you need tomorrow. So back they come in this, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys are up on the 50-yard line. I guess there's 5 guys, and then here on the near side, another player step back about the 45. And then there's one player dead center on the 30, 2 standing at the 15 on either hash, and then Alan Davis, who again fumbled the last kickoff out of bounds, is shaded to the left hash, the only man technically deep, back at his own 5. Kicked into that corner again, this time Davis ready for it, catches at the 5, coming to the near side, across the formation, and he is crunched right at the 16-yard line, flying down the field.
Jared Valele and Jacob Sisk were the ones that bury him right there.
Shocker that Sisk is in on a play. Valele has had his moments, certainly this year as well, in on the tackle. So both those guys stay out there, joined by 9 others to play defense. Nick Felix is going to get some time off this series.
I figured that out. Both those guys stay out by 9 others. That's 11.
That's math.
Thank you.
I bought a car today. I did math.
Yeah, I told you that signing paperwork for a car, it's about 3 hours for a house, so just wait.
Oh, God. Garcia in the gun, hands off to Franklin, and he goes nowhere, swallowed up in the backfield.
Sumzik, number 56, made the stop.
We've got some substitutes in for Colleyville.
Boogie on the play, second down.
Sisk and Felipe still making up the back end. There are some starters in there. Hunt's the near corner. Braxton Martin, still the middle linebacker.
I don't have a 56. Do you have a 56?
I don't have a roster. I was trying to cover for that.
Garcia
takes a snap, rolling out to the near side, lofts one down, has a man, caught and out of bounds at the 35. That's a first down. A nice catch by Michael Coley.
Where has that kind of been all night? They have not really worked that. And watching the quarterback Garcia, he's very mobile looking as a quarterback, but does not look like he throws as well on the move. That one, though, he's able to get the strike and the first down for the Tigers.
That was accurate, but it was a wobbler.
Yeah.
Came out to the near side. Definitely not the prettiest ball.
We call that a duck. In another month or so, that thing would go down.
Garcia fakes the handoff to Franklin. He should have given it to him, although Franklin got swallowed up as well. Garcia taken down in the backfield, all the way back at the 34-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 12.
Well, the big guys up
momentum there.
Sorry about the big guys up front for Irving are just not getting it done, giving the quarterback Christian Garcia any time to try and get a pass off. And down 35-0, running the football does not do any favors to this Irving football team.
An offensive line that lost 2 starters to Division I last year, one to Oklahoma State, one to Baylor. Almost picked off again as Garcia lobs one at the 45-yard line on the hash. Felipe came up.
And Sis, that was 6, right? Sis. Oh, no, that was Felipe. You're right.
Again, that 10 and that 19 look so familiar. And both those guys flying around. Sometimes it's hard to see. But that one, That one did turn out to be Felipe. It was about a 50-50 shot. I was wrong.
Well, no, and I was wrong too, but I'll tell you what, you look at him, he was just sitting there reading the quarterback's eyes. Didn't pay attention to his receiver at all, just watching where he was going to throw the ball, and if he had maybe a step more, that ball's going the other direction.
Garcia under center this time on 3rd and 12 from his own 34. It's 35-0 Colleyville Heritage as we near the 7-minute mark. A handoff to the tailback up the middle, bounces off a few guys, but then finally a good job by Jacob Sisk to wrap up around the legs. I think that was Antonio Franklin again. Yes, it was. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, and we talked about it. That's where these guys are so good is that, not only do you not get behind them, but on a running play, they're up supporting. And when you get that kind of support from your defensive backs, it makes it a lot easier on the linebackers to get places because if they're not getting blocked, then you've got somebody there that can make the play. And that's exactly what the two of them do.
So the dynamic duo, Sisk and Felipe, Doug was just talking about, now back deep to return the punt.
Batman and Robin, the dynamic duo.
I don't know about that. We'll have to run that by them. Sisk catches the rugby-style kick at the 20. Lines up a block, and that's going to get called.
I believe he's going to be out of the game.
I'm not quite sure what the call is going to be.
I got a sneaky suspicion that they're going to get him for targeting.
Yeah, that certainly could be. I mean, what's he supposed to do, though? Get run over? He's out cold. No, he's at least on his knees. I think that was 34, Daniel Gonzalez. I got to see him before he got absolutely leveled back at about the 23-yard line. Valley as Sisk reverse field. By the way, Sisk was tackled back at the 23 after dancing around a little bit. Valley just lined him up and flattened him. And luckily he's up.
And not only did he do that, but he's standing on the far hash, coming back, peeling back to block. Sisk takes a look at him, and Valley's got his hands over his head like, come this way, come this way. And he absolutely lined him up. Now, if he hits him in the chest, that's one thing. But I got to tell you, Jared Valley comes up high on him. It looked like he rode him right up through his head. This will be interesting.
I don't think my mom's here.
Left sportsmanlike. Guard with the helmet. 44 with his ejection.
And there is no review process here, so Jared Valley is done tonight.
It's not like Clinton Dix from Alabama in that Texas A&M game where, all right, we're actually going to keep the penalty, but you're not throwing out. No, Jared Valley is ejected. And you want to know what? As much as I think a lot of people, especially former players, would go, 15 yards and ejected for playing football, I have no problem with that call. It's the definition of unnecessary roughness, and it's a whiplash on a guy's head. I don't necessarily even agree technically with the call in that I don't think Valley lowered his head. He got down and shoulder in and just leveled a guy who was smaller than him, and maybe there was shoulder contact to Gonzalez's head because of the size difference. But you don't need to end a guy. And I understand that's part of football, but that's the kind of stuff that they're trying to get out, changing that culture that you hear about.
Well, in
order to try to eliminate some of these head injuries.
The other thing I don't think that really helps him there is when he levels him, you see his hands go up in the air cheering that he just flattened the guy.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to level him, go down with him like you made a good block, don't cheer.
Deep pass from Pickler over the middle to Jackson Zeldon all the way out past the 50. It takes 10 yards to drag him down at the 40. It's a 49-yard gain on the play into plus territory. A beautiful throw from Griffin Pickler. That's probably the best deep ball he's thrown all year.
Well, and if he gets it out just a little bit farther in front of Zeldon, it's a touchdown. He had to slow down a hair, but it hits him right in the hands.
Pickler drops back, facing a blitz, rolls out right, feeling the pressure from the left, finds Boffinger streaking across the middle, and he's run out of bounds at the 35-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 5. Clock stops as he goes out of bounds with 5:58 to go in the third quarter. Again, Heritage leads 35-0.
Well, nice job right there as Pickler waits for Boffinger to work his way all the way across, kind of drags across from the inside slot receiver on the left. Good pick up of 5 yards.
Snap on the far hash. Pickler, long throw across the field. The out route hits Gerard Henderson at the 30, at the 20, and he's out of bounds. First down.
That went for about 15 yards. Nice reception there from Gerard Henderson, who's seeing his first action on the edge at wide receiver for this Colleyville team.
A great throw from Pickler from the far hash and out route. That's an NFL throw. Pickler this time fakes the read option, he dives up the middle, and it's tackled right at the line. Might have even lost a yard. I bring up 2nd and 11.
Ratio the third and number 94, Christian Giron on the tackle.
And you've seen it tonight. We talked about it in the first half, the quality and the efficiency of Griffin Pickler. Now 18 for 23, 262 yards.
See if he can get to 300 as he rolls out right, gets a block, throws on the run into the end zone. It is tipped and incomplete. A good defensive play there. See, it's one of the defensive backs, Decorious Choice, one of the backup corners. A good job to stick with the receiver over there. I didn't quite see who the intended target was.
I believe that was going to Zeladon.
He is the receiver on that side. It's Zeladon, Newell, Boffinger, and Henderson across the formation from right to left, 2 each side. Newell and Boffinger the slot guys. Toberny's the back as Pickler takes the snap. A throwback across to John Henderson is too high over his head. An attempt at a bubble screen. It was well covered anyway. It wasn't going to go anywhere even if he caught it.
Well, Luis Garcia is not fooled at all by that one as he's in the hip pocket of Jared Henderson. And that was Boffinger that was intended?
It was Gerard Henderson.
Henderson. So he was right in his pocket. So even if he catches that ball, that's going to go for a loss. So really fortunate for Colleyville is now 4th and 11.
Boffinger out there. Trying to block, as Pickler just said, in the gun on 4th and 11. The ball is just to the right of the near hash, the center side, as Griffin Pickler takes the offense from right to left. Dropping back, has a good pocket. Over the middle, has Boffinger, and he catches it through contact and saunters into the end zone. Boffinger, a 21-yard touchdown reception for the second straight drive. Boffinger ends in the end zone. 41-0.
And with the PAT, it's a 42-0 game. And with 5:03 to play here in the third quarter, this one's pretty much out of control.
Snap is a little high. A good hold from Trey Smith, and Max Allen knocks the extra point through. So as you said, Doug, 42-0 here, 5:03 in the third quarter. And a really, really, really thoroughly impressive game from the Colleyville Heritage Panthers. Again, they lead 42-0 here on Champion Sports Radio.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
Back at Irving School Stadium. As Max Allen sends the ball from right to left, high end over end kick, going towards the sideline and bounces out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. Flag comes out. That's all right, Max. You're up 42-0. Colleyville Heritage over Irving. I'm Craig Hoffman alongside Doug Branch on Champion Sports Radio. Thanks to everyone listening. A special thanks to
Eli Jordan out there in, I can't say radio land, internet radio land, listening to the broadcast, a colleague of ours who is able to call a few games this year so far on Champion Sports Radio. Hope to have him potentially on board with us all next year.
Eli, don't get lost on the interwebs. There's some scary places out there. You be careful.
And I bet you don't have a roster either, do you?
Nope. He probably doesn't.
No, he might.
He might.
He's pretty resourceful. He's probably got everything there calling the game along with us.
He's got the interwebs.
He's ghost calling it with us. All right, you're up for another 5:03.
All right, let's do it. Christian Garcia under center, ball on the far hash, hands off up the middle. Antonio Franklin streaking out across the 35, stays on his feet at the 40 before he's finally backed up at the 49-yard line. Good play down the field by Braxton Martin. Brandon Hunt in on the tackle as well.
Well, if you're Colleyville at this point, you're not, I don't think, too upset about giving away yardage in chunks like that.
Depends. Are we talking Colleyville Heritage fans or Colleyville Heritage coaches, because football coaches are the most compulsive people ever. You could play what you thought was a perfect game, and they'll find 70 things wrong with it.
Point taken.
Another handoff to Franklin off tackle to the right. It's to the weak side of the formation, and he sprints out across the 50, down at about the 46-yard line, gets into plus territory.
And assisting on the tackle was Oliver Greco. First time we have called the Greco. I think he put a Greco-Roman tackle on him right there.
Wow, thanks for the most predictable line ever, Doug. Fullback to the left of Garcia, 2 yards behind him. Franklin, the deep back in the eye, takes the handoff, and he is swallowed whole right at the line of scrimmage. Or maybe he fell forward. Indeed, he did. He fell forward, so it was actually good enough for a first down, as it was only 2nd and 1.
He made it by a shoelace. But nonetheless, another. And you know what's ironic about this is kind of how Irving started the game. Their first possession, they took it right down the field on Colleyville, but Colleyville stiffened at the 10-yard line, held them out, got the football back, and then went and took it the other direction and scored on them.
The halftime stats were actually quite amazing, and how equal they were, considering it was 21-0 at the half. Here, obviously, Colleyville Heritage just doubled their lead as Franklin plunges into the line of scrimmage again. And the same formation, the same play. I think that was the 5th time in a row, and it might be time for Irving to try something else.
Keandre Johnson, the big nose tackle for the Colleyville Heritage Panthers, in on the tackle right there. He's able to get just a little bit lower than the offense on the other side, and they got some big hosses over there. But the battle of the we'll call it the battle of the bulge up front is being won by the thinner and leaner Panther defensive line right now.
Battle of the big fellas being won by the not quite as big fellas. Sisk is up in a linebacker run support role as he chases Antonio Franklin off tackle left. Franklin gets past him, first down yardage, out across the 35, down to the 34. And another good run from Antonio Franklin. They did try something else, Doug. They tried the same play to the other side.
Yeah, and they did a good job right there, crashing in from the free safety position. Jacob Sisk, but he was not able to get to the line of scrimmage to make the stop before the runner Franklin was able to cut to the outside, and Franklin goes for a nice gain and another Tiger first down.
Big Davius Ballard comes in, big number 7 with the little number 7. That's how it looks on him. He's going to go out to what is technically a tight end spot on the far side of the left line. Again, the defensive tackle spot, who's committed to Houston next year. Instead, they run to the near side, to the right, and tackled in the backfield. This time, it was Keandis Hall, the sophomore. 2.5 to go. Here again, Heritage leads 42-0 as Irving drives, moving the ball pretty well in this drive, all via the run, going from right to left in their black and gold uniforms.
I've lost my scorebook.
Oh, no.
I don't have a scorebook. Something fell. Oh, you know what it was? It was our schedule, and I need to make sure I mention what the schedule is for next week so everyone, including the broadcast crew, shows up for it.
Indeed. Hand off to the right side. Some helmet-to-helmet contact. Braxton Martin a little bit slow to get up. That wasn't a malicious helmet-to-helmet. Just kind of happened. Two guys bumped heads. Martin pops back up, though. He's fine. He's a football player.
A predictable line there.
Yeah. I could have said he's a hockey player. That would have been far less predictable because there's no ice. 34-yard line. 3rd and 10.
Let's start doing my Pat Summerall imitation in a moment.
There's no telling where that could go.
True.
Garcia walks slowly up to the line. Under center. Bends at the knees. Play action fake. Deep in the pocket. Throws across the field at Ryan Felipe. Almost had another one. That's that dangerous out route from the opposite hash, and Felipe jumped it. A good job to fight for the football by Chase Goodall. Otherwise, Felipe was gone. Pick 6 again.
Yeah, that was going to be 65 yards to the house the other direction, but he gets there just a half a second late, and Goodall's able to get a hand in and knock the baseball or the football. It looks like kind of like a baseball.
So
in
the pass, it looks nothing like a baseball. In the pass.
Hey, wait a second. How can you say that? It's made out of leather. Okay, it may not look like it, but it's made out of leather. It's got laces.
Okay. When we're talking about look, though, color and shape.
Well, true. Oblong sphere.
It looks like a baseball to a blind man. Pitch out to the far side of Franklin. Reverses field. Cuts up the middle. This is a 4th down. He's got to get to the 24, and he's not going to make it. He was able to squirt forward. Actually, it was kind of an impressive run to the 29, but he is short and Colleyville Heritage takes over on downs with 1:21 to go in the third quarter.
Boy, and Braden Hunt, as he is on the ground, looked like almost a lizard going across the ground as he's trying to stay low. Hunt comes in, puts a shoulder right in his head, not a malicious shoulder, but absolutely just stops him dead at the 29-yard line, and Colleyville will take over there. And it looks like, we do have Clayton Oliver's finally come in at quarterback.
Some unrecognizable numbers at receiver as well. Trey Smith's still out there. Cody Butler send a player across the formation. Clayton Oliver.
That's Camden Arnold.
Camden Arnold seeing some of his first action of the season. A deep pass is batted away, intended for Cody Butler. A risky throw on first down from Clayton Oliver. Broken up.
Tarek Wilkerson got that one for Irving.
By Wilkerson.
Tyrick? It's probably Tyrick, isn't it? T-I-E would be Tyrick, not Tyrick. That was my mistake.
It could be a number of things. Tyrick? Tyrick?
Hey, at least it's not Terrell.
We're just going to call him T-Wilk.
T-Wilk. All right, we'll go with that.
All right, T-Wilk with the play. Oliver in the gun, 11 on the play clock. Ball is at the 29-yard line. Quick screen pass is low and incomplete. It bounces a foot short of Cody Butler.
Well, I tell you what, that may have been one of the uglier throws I've seen Oliver make. I don't know what he did, but he kind of brought it up and then went right over the top of his head with the throw, and it was nothing but a rope going downhill and right into the feet of the receiver. It bounces, and he makes the catch, but, of course, you got to catch the ball first.
So that brings up 3rd and 10 at their own 29, 1:11 to go, and a 42-0 lead. Oliver pump fakes, screen pass, caught on the right side, blockers in front. Out past the 35, diving for the first down at the 40. The game was the 39, and it's a first down for Colleyville Heritage.
Well, add another 11 yards to the total for the quarterbacks, not for Griffin Pickler, but for Clayton Oliver here as the offense continues to be very efficient through the air.
Player barely gets off for Irving. Handoff goes up the middle. No flag for 12 players. About a 6 or 7 yard gain. And that was one of the subs at running back.
It'll be Demetrius Dunbar.
Demetrius Dunbar. There we go. Dunbar gets the carry again. This time off tackle right. Plunges towards the first down marker. He's going to be short, but it's going to be 3rd and about 2. The line to gain is about the 49.5. Ball spotted at the 47.
Colleyville putting the ball on the ground, and it looks like they're going to allow the clock to run out the half. Or check that, the third quarter, as the play clock is at 17. They actually just reset. Yeah. That's funny. Well, I guess it's not going to run out now.
It's at 17. It's at 25. Now it's blank as there's 5 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. 42-0. At the end of 3, Colleyville Heritage, a spectacular third quarter. It was 21-0 at the half. They double it up here going into the fourth. I'm Craig Hoffman with Doug Branch here on Champion Sports Radio. Colleyville Heritage football returns after this.
The agency is a proud sponsor of Colleyville Heritage Panther football. The Jason Ridley Agency offers home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, and coverage for all your valuable property, including business insurance. The Jason Ridley Agency is conveniently located in Colleyville, and you can find them online at jasonridley.com or call them today at 817-281-4500. The Jason Ridley Agency says, go Panthers.
Nationwide is on your side.
Someday you may wake up and think, I'm running out of time to do something about retirement. Don't let that happen to you. AXA Advisors can help you do something now that may provide a solid future for you and your family tomorrow. Start your financial strategy today with AXA Advisors. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through AXA Advisors LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA, SIPC.
Back at Irving School Stadium, Craig Hoffman alongside Doug Branch. Doug gets the call here in the fourth quarter, I think.
All right, yeah.
Or do you?
No, I'll go back with it. All right. I've been able to rest
your vocals?
My vocal cords. Colleyville comes out. Clayton Oliver moves to his right. Releases it's fumbled forward, and MacArthur, not even MacArthur, They're not here. Irving, the Tigers, recover. And they'll take over first down at the 45-yard line.
You know what I did last weekend?
What'd you do?
Going to the state fair. You know what's at the state fair?
Fried butter.
And the Cotton Bowl.
And the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. All right, I'll get out of my little thing.
We had a moment there.
Yeah, a moment. Hand off to Franklin, right-hand side, gets around the right edge. He'll gain about 6 yards down to the 34-yard line for Irving. The trails this one 42-0, 11:43 to play in the game. We are just into the fourth quarter. Alongside Craig Hoffman, I'm Doug Branch on Champion Sports Radio. Colleyville Heritage Panther football is on Champion Sports Radio. It's Thursday night football. Irving School Stadium, just outside in the distance, we can see as we look to our east, downtown Dallas, Texas. Back under center is Garcia. He'll hand off right side. Coming right side is Franklin. Check that left side. I'm all messed up now. Franklin is run down after, for the most part, no gain.
Franklin's running hard. You got to give him full credit. This is a guy trying to get recruited. And he is fast. He's actually the third fastest guy in the state in the 100. Ran a 4.38.
Where are you coming up with all this stuff?
I did research. I had a lot of time. You know, if you just
now that Tom Lee is gone, Craig Hoffman's got all kinds of time during the day to do research. I love it.
Nothing. I was at a car dealer filling out paperwork, and when you're filling out paperwork at a car dealer, sometimes you have lots of time between actually doing anything.
Franklin will go to the right-hand side, takes the handoff from Garcia, and he is shut down at the line of scrimmage, and that is Max Crosby. He jumps on the back of him, and he's not going to go anywhere. It'll be 4th down and 5 at the 40-yard line, and once again, Colleyville's got a chance to shut down this Irving team on turnovers. They've punted the ball 3 times tonight. They've turned it over on possession 2 times. So the defense has been very good, and they are still pitching a shutout here at Irving School Stadium. Now I'm starting to sound more like Pat Summerall.
Quick, somebody get Doug some tea.
Here's a play up the middle, and it's that guy again. Oh,
no, it wasn't. It was misdirection of the fullback.
It was, and it's 56 for Colleyville on the tackle. And, boy, if we knew, do you have a roster?
No, I don't.
Don't have a roster. All right, well,
I can tell you about Stack Geek. I can tell you about Axe Advisors. I can tell you
about
right
now. Do that for me.
Shockbox. I don't think I'm giving enough love to Shockbox tonight. ShockboxDFW.com. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today.
All right. 9:49 to play. Colleyville takes over on offense and trying to tell who's coming out at quarterback. It's young Trevor Anderson.
Time for some left-handed football throws.
And I love the little jump thing that he does right before he throws. That'd wear me out. But not Trevor Anderson. He'll take the snap, hand it off, up inside, and I believe that's to Bernie. He might have gotten a yard close to the 40-yard line. We'll call it 2nd and 9.
Dunbar in there.
And it was Demetrius Dunbar. Another diminutive one.
Yes.
By the way, give me the definition of diminutive.
Small, not very big. I think you get the point.
Not very big.
Good synonym for it would be Lilliputian.
Lilliputian. Well, then we've got Gilligan, or not Gilligan, what's his? Gulliver. We've got Gulliver at quarterback.
Yeah. Gilligan's lost on an island somewhere.
Yeah. And now the Colleyville offense is starting to get penalized for some, well, let's just call it moving before the football is snapped. Patrick Blassingame, the sophomore.
Before they even got set, it seemed like there. But I tell you what, Doug, when this game was still a contest in the first half, 0 penalties for Heritage.
They did a good job. Anderson to throw. Left-hander tosses it out to the left-hand side, and the catch is made. We'll call it a 3-yard gain, and I believe that's Jake Newell.
Do they allow right-handers on the left-hand side?
Yes. Had to think about that. Newell did come up with a reception, give him 3 on the pitch and catch. It's going to be 3rd down and 7. Back to throw again, Anderson. Pressure from the backside, and he's buried. The left tackle did him, right tackle, did him 0 favors, and that was Patrick Blasingame, who unfortunately watched his man as he passed him by and buries the quarterback, Anderson. The interesting thing will this be the first punt of the game for Colleyville? And Mike Fuller sends the punt team out.
And that's one, if you're Morris Shell, the outside linebacker.
You can go ahead and finish your sandwich before you talk.
Overrated. Shell, comes off that edge. Like, am I going to get there? Am I going to get there? Yes. And just unloaded on young Mr. Anderson.
Chase Goodall, Michael Cooley back deep to receive the punt, the first of the night. Ball is kicked. It's going to take a huge bounce forward and roll down to the 23-yard line. So we will call that from the 33, about a 40-yard punt, maybe 45-yard punt.
I don't know. I can't do math.
Well, I don't do it very fast either, but Irving will be back in business with 7:50 to play and down by 42. Alongside Craig Hoffman, Doug Branch here on Champion Sports Radio. Colleyville getting a chance to put in a number of subs here in the fourth quarter.
Good thing you have a roster.
It is. It's what happens when you get here on time. You have all your tools.
You provide the tools. You're the one who left my workbox empty.
There you go. Full backfield. Rolling to the right is Garcia. He'll throw on the run and had a man. Could not find him, and that was Michael Cooley out on the right side about 17 yards down the field. And Garcia has shown that he can get the football out there, but his accuracy wanes when he's on the run.
Yeah, he was 4 of 6 in the first half, so he was shown that he can complete it, but some of these throws are simple throws. It's really easy to throw for 70% in some of these, spread offenses, because you're not throwing the ball very far.
Back to the line of the Tigers. Under center is Garcia. He'll take the snap, look to hand off. He gives it off to the running back. He's going to come left. That's Franklin. Franklin turns. I'll tell you what, if Franklin, he'd been a nice runner all night, but I'd really like to see him shift that ball to the outside arm, because as he turns back in to try and make some yards, he really exposes that ball to get knocked out of his hands by the Colleyville defense.
I will say, to his credit, while he does keep that ball in the right hand at all times, often he's been running left, he has it so tight, you'd have to really hit that thing to knock it out. And if it's more secure in the right hand, I think you take the bigger risk.
Back under center's Garcia. 2 receivers to the top side, nobody to the bottom. He'll throw from the pocket, looks back, throws it out right. Ball is caught. I believe they're going to give him the catch, and they will. Looked like he was fumbling it as he went out of bounds, but a nice catch there again, and that's Chase Goodall. That'll give Irving a first down at the 34-yard line. 6:50 to play in the game as he went out of bounds.
34, first and 10.
Ball's handed off. Well, I tell you what, he stays low. Franklin runs almost with his chest over the top of his knees, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he get that forward momentum going. It's impressive.
Comes left side over the left guard and give him about 2 on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 42. 6:24 clock rolling in this one. Reminder to join us for the AXA Advisor postgame show with Craig Hoffman.
I've heard that show's excellent.
I may go down to the field and do the remote. We'll
Why
just throw
not?
it on you and see how it works. Oh, wait, you don't have it. You have an iPhone.
I do.
We can plug you in.
It's an old one.
Well, we better not do that then.
It's a phone quality. The phone, that's the one thing on the iPhone that hasn't changed.
That hasn't changed. Well, that's true. Pass is thrown from Garcia to Cooley. Cooley takes it 9 yards forward, and it's going to be 3rd down and 1. Well, actually, I guess that would have only been 7 yards. They got 2 on the carry. So 3rd and 1 from the 40, right at the 43-yard line for Arlington. 6 minutes to play in the game and trailing by 42 points. This one has not even been close. Here's a handoff. Left side, Franklin breaks a tackle. He's got room, turns on some speed, give him another 10 yards, almost 12, all the way down to the 45 into Colleyville Heritage territory.
Yeah, Franklin, I would love to see him in the open field. Just once, break one. I know Colleyville Heritage is trying to keep the shutout, but I would love to see him get to open it up. We've seen, first gear, second gear, third gear. We've probably even seen fourth gear tonight. I want to see him open it up to fifth or sixth and just be gone. That showed off that 4.38 speed.
Harrison Ducros is going to blitz off the right edge. He's almost to the quarterback. He's going to run him down, and down goes Garcia, and he's not going to get back up quickly.
He tried to slide and then got sandwiched.
Yeah, Reed Harrison Ducros comes from his cornerback position on a blind blitz from the backside. Probably runs 35 yards, finally gets to the quarterback, but at the time he gets there, he arrives with another Colleyville player, and they, as you said, put the kibosh.
The kibosh.
On the quarterback, Christian Garcia.
The kibosh is squash. What is wrong with me?
I don't know. I'd like to see 7 run the football.
Big old Davius Ballard, defensive
Put him in the backfield, and let's see if anybody can stop him 3 or 4 yards at a time. Ball's handed off. Franklin's got it. He'll come left. Meets contact right at the center, and as he works himself to the left, he's able to pick up about 4 yards before he's taken down there by a host of Colleyville Panthers, led by number 45, Max Crosby.
And Franklin's a shifty guy. There's a great move in the backfield there. And I've kind of been thinking, as I said earlier, as a guy who's trying to get recruited, been to a couple of camps. No one, at least in the recruiting services I saw, has any interest in him yet. I wonder why he's not returning kicks.
I don't know. You know what's interesting is he does a really good job, and whether coaches like this or not, he keeps his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. Here's a pass going long. Got Crosby left side. Oh, it's in his hands. That's a touchdown. All he's got to do is catch the football. And Garcia's got to be frustrated with that one. That's a shame. Nice throw from the quarterback to the wide receiver, Michael Cooley. Excuse me, not Crosby. And Cooley can't pull it in.
Yeah, it's a. Well, what the heck? We'll give Van Pelt more money. It's a poor effort. But talking again about Franklin, if I'm him, I'm thinking, I'm going to tell a college coach, put me back and I'll return kicks. And you feel like a guy with 4.38 speed, who's that shifty, could be really good at it. But he's not their kick returner. So that's interesting to me.
Rolling to the right is Garcia, looking downfield, back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to have to take this one and take it right out of bounds, and he takes it out of bounds with a little help from the linebacker on the far side. That's Rico Bell Wilkins. That was 36, excuse me, Keandre Johnson. Or was it 26, Oliver Greco?
Or was it 56, the mystery man?
I don't know, but we're probably going to hear about that next week.
Yeah, probably. That was a
fourth down play, and Colleyville's going to get the football back with 3:58 to play and a 42-0 lead. So they may be able to throw the shutout tonight. And we have Clayton Oliver back in at quarterback. Oliver will take the snap, hand it off to Dunbar. And Dunbar does his best replication of the infamous
butt fumble,
but he didn't fumble the football.
The butt fumble butt.
That was what's his name?
Mark
Sanchez. Mark Sanchez with the butt. Now he was in fairness was going to the left, not to the right. But absolutely.
Calling that fairness?
He took the left cheek of his left tackle and it put him down. Here comes the option from Oliver to the right. He's got nowhere to pitch the football. Oh, and he's bent over backwards. And it looks like he's going to be okay, but
that was a scary looking hit because guy came low from behind and someone else went high from above. If you plant there, then you're talking about a serious either leg or back injury, but luckily Clayton Oliver was light on his feet, and his feet just came out from underneath him.
Despite the loss of yardage on the last 2 plays, it's going to be 3rd and 11. The best thing about it is the clock continues to roll. From Irving School Stadium, alongside Craig Hoffman, I'm Doug Branch on Champion Sports Radio. Colleyville leads this one 42-0 as the clock is now under 3 minutes to play. Clayton Oliver in at quarterback for Colleyville. He'll take the snap, hand it off. Dunbar going left, got a block. He's going to get to the 25, or 30, 45, 50, and out of bounds at the 48 of Irving. He went from the 25 to the 45 to the 50. That was a big step.
At least he didn't go to the 55. I've heard football broadcasters do that one before.
I actually have done that myself.
And if you don't get the joke, there is no 55. The problem with that
that's
run...
not true.
unless you're in Canada.
That's correct. There's a 55 in Canadian football, and I'll tell you what, they got a heck of a deep end zone. You can run a fly route from the 1 yard line. Here's the pitch back. Flags are down. Dunbar's going to get horse collared, and there's another flag. Boom, almost hit him in the head.
I wonder what happens with these two flags. The best honest scenario here obviously the best case scenario is they get a first down, but considering that flag came in early, it's going to be either offsides on the defense or a legal procedure in terms of a shift or a formation on the offense.
I believe it was an offside on the defense, and I got a feeling both calls are going to go against the defense. We'll see.
Okay, then a first down's the best, but if they have to wind up repeating the down here, that's not a bad outcome for Colleyville Heritage either.
No, but it'll be third down, fourth down, or first down. So the only thing it can't be is second down. We've covered them all. And it is going to go against Irving, so it's going to give Colleyville personal foul on the horse collar. So they actually apparently picked up the other flag.
Or they just didn't care and want to go home.
Okay, I'll go with the latter.
You want to know what they should do? They should stay and listen to the Axe Advisors post-game show.
There you go. Lewis Womack, your referee for tonight. All the officials tonight. We'll go through them real quick. Umpires Kyle Meeks. Head linesman is Mike Grissom. Line judge is Tim Cope. And the back judge is Lee Smith. Here's the snap. Handoff to Dunbar. Dunbar's met in the backfield, spun around, and then he's buried for a 2-yard loss. So fortunate that the penalty goes the way of the Colleyville Heritage Panthers, because offensively right now they are inept.
Yeah, Irving can stop the clock if they won't. So this game is literally over if they time this right. But that was kind of a funny play because Dunbar ran, got tripped up, or got caught, spun out of the tackle, and he did a 360. And as he completed the 360, the next wave of linemen came and just flattened him.
Dunbar's got it again. No, that's not Dunbar. I'm not actually sure who that is.
Big number 38.
It is. That's Rico Bell Wilkins, the senior, into the game. And I'll tell you what, he's exciting. When he gets in there, and he doesn't play a whole lot, but when he gets in there, he is a ball of fury.
Yeah, he just loves getting out there. And he got popped back up and ran back into the backfield like, get the play in. I want to run this thing again.
If everything works out the way that it should, we'll have one more play, and then this football game will be over, as there's 43 seconds left, 12 on the clock, and my guess is the official will not spot the ball without a penalty before 25 seconds. Bell Wilkins has got it, and he's going to be tagged down right there, loss of 2 yards. It's going to be fourth down, and we'll call it 7. But the official looks at the clock, sees that it's got to be under 25, and now it is under 25, so the play clock doesn't matter, and this game will be history. Colleyville's going to start shaking hands with the defense. So the Panthers come out here, two teams that were knotted at 4-2 complete records and 2-1 in district, and this one is not even a football game. The Panthers win it 42-0 back with the Axe Advisor postgame show and Craig Hoffman on Champion Sports Radio after this timeout.
Up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship social media.
Are you studying on your own for the SAT or ACT? Follow My Test Answers on Twitter and Facebook for free solutions to official test questions. Got a question of your own? Send a message to My Test Answers and get a response for free. Got more than one question? Don't worry, we'll answer those too. With over a decade of experience in helping students prepare for standardized tests, the experts at My Test Answers will get you the answers you want whenever you need it. My Test Answers, problems solved.
Jason Ridley Agency is a proud sponsor of Colleyville Heritage Panther football. The Jason Ridley Agency offers home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, and coverage for all your valuable property, including business insurance. The Jason Ridley Agency is conveniently located in Colleyville, and you can find them online at jasonridley.com or call them today at 817-281-4500. The Jason Ridley Agency says, Go Panthers!
Nationwide is on your side.
When you want to build something, how do you start? with a plan, right? That's what AXA Advisors is about. We work with individuals and small businesses to help build financial strategies that get them closer to the things they want to achieve in life. Start right by starting your financial strategy with AXA Advisors. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through AXA Advisors LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA SIPC. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need StatGeek, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
A thorough butt kicking leads us in to the AXA Advisors postgame show. Colleyville Heritage, the Panthers 42, Irving, the Tigers nada, zilch, zippo. Silencio. 42-0, Doug Branch. A very, very impressive game.
Silencio?
Silencio.
Isn't that silence?
Yes. I was trying to think of something better. It just didn't come to me.
Yeah, okay.
Zilch, zippo, nada.
Zed.
No soup for you!
No soup. Is that the soup Nazi?
That is.
That is. I like
All
it.
right.
Seinfeld.
So,
here on Champion Sports Radio.
Yes, indeed. So the AXA Advisors post-game show. Thomas Lee with the AXA Advisors. Don't put off things you know you should do today, like make Seinfeld jokes. Call Thomas Lee and start a financial strategy. That's actually a much better idea, so you can prepare things you can do tomorrow. So, Doug, Griffin Pickler, excellent. The running game was not there, but it was still enough of a threat that the offense was balanced, the defense sensational, and hey, look, Ryan Felipe and Jacob Sisk scored again. What's the most impressive thing to you?
Well, I'd have to say the most impressive thing is got to be Griffin Pickler. 20 of 27 for 299 yards and 4 touchdowns. By far his finest game of the season. And, you know, the other guy who has a bad week, then has a great week, then last week didn't have a great week, comes back and has another great week, and it's Brett Boffinger. 9 receptions for 134 yards and 3 touchdowns. And it's... You know, it's a shame that this team had to start the season without him because imagine what his numbers and what he would look like had he been ready to go and not received that collarbone injury in the preseason scrimmage. But he has been absolutely good. And you throw the football to him, and if he's not open, he makes himself open, and he goes and gets it. And if he is, it's a touchdown. So the running game did not have to put up a whole lot tonight. They did run the ball a little bit, but it was Pickler and it was Boffinger, and then of course you've got Sisk and Felipe back in the back, and you know there's 4 guys that help. You can't win with just 4 guys, but there are 4 guys who did a great job tonight.
And Boffinger's a guy. If you were to pick him out of a lineup, go, which one's a football player? You wouldn't pick him. He's small, he's slender, he's got the rocker hair. But, man, you watch that guy run and you go, I want him. And a couple of second half touchdowns tonight. Very, very impressive game. Pickler was obviously tremendous. Let's flip real quickly, talk about this defense. I mean, they tackled well. They gave up some chunks, but again, they didn't break at the end. You're going to have to be able to sustain drives. And just because you gain 20, 30, 40 yards doesn't mean you're getting to the end zone. And tonight they pitch a shutout.
Well, and they do so giving up 154 yards to Antonio Franklin. You know, he 28 carries for 154 yards. Garcia had 37 on the ground, close to 200 yards rushing. But in doing so, on the other side, they only give up 63 through the air. It's a really good defensive job by Colleyville. The two drives in the first half that that you weren't here for, but the two drives in the first half.
Nobody listening at this point knows that.
Yeah, I had to bring it up anyway.
Hi, Eli.
That Irving, was very funny. That Irving gets inside the red zone.
Yeah.
And Colleyville stiffens the defense and holds them out and doesn't allow them to score. And that's their first possession and the last possession of the first half. And, those are the things that you have to do on defense. Don't give up the big play. I think Garcia struggled a little bit at quarterback trying to get his bearings on throwing the football. Of course, they had a couple of good throws, but unfortunately he had one that went to the other side and went for a pick six. And that never helps. So Irving put themselves in a hole. 3 out of the first 4 possessions, Colleyville scored, and the game was for the most part over in the first half.
And those are the backbreaker plays. There's a couple of plays in a football game that can completely deflate a team. A pick six is amongst them. So it was a kickoff return touchdown and Jacob Sisk. Punt return for a touchdown. Both of those, and Jacob Sisk had another return touchdown tonight. Craig Hoffman and Doug Branch with you on Champion Sports Radio. 42-0. Colleyville Heritage wins. Colleyville Heritage Panther football on Champion Sports Radio. Twitter at Champion Sports, Facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio as well, online at ChampionSportsRadio.com. We'll take a look more in depth at a few of those stats coming up next on the Axe Advisors post-game show. Stay tuned.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
Jason Ridley Agency is a proud sponsor of Colleyville Heritage Panther football. The Jason Ridley Agency offers home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, and coverage for all your valuable property, including business insurance. The Jason Ridley Agency is conveniently located in Colleyville, and you can find them online at jasonridley.com or call them today at 817-281-4500. The Jason Ridley Agency says, Go Panthers!
Nationwide is on your side.
Don't put off the things you know you should do today. Start a financial strategy with Axe Advisors so you can prepare for the things you need tomorrow. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through Axe Advisors, LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA, SIPC.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at ChampionSportsRadio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
Oh yeah! Alongside Dougie Fresh Branch, I'm Craig. I don't have a nickname, Hoffman.
Craig Seymour Hoffman.
Sure. Philip has that copyrighted.
Not Craig Seymour. He's got Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I guess that's probably true. The Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. Enjoy a cultural experience with your family without breaking the bank. Visit gduio.org for more information. Call the Axe Advisors postgame show a cultural experience. It's an experience, that's for sure. Let's experience some statistics. Not all of them, just a few. Griffin Pickler, how was his night?
Well, his real good night. 20 of 27 for 299 and 4 touchdowns. Clayton Oliver came in, threw 3 passes, completed 1 for 11 yards. Trevor Anderson, the left-hander, was 1 of 1 for 7 yards. The scoring summary went like this: 9:24 in the first. Brett Boffinger, 5-yard pass from Griffin Pickler. Max Allen with the kick. That gave Colleyville a 7-0 lead. They tack on another touchdown, a 13-yard pass from Pickler to Trey Smith at 3:04 of the first quarter, and they take it through the first quarter with a 14-0 lead. In the second quarter, only one score, and that comes on a Jacob Sisk 57-yard punt return. Once again, Max Allen with the PAT, and that ended all the scoring in the first half. In the second half, there were 3 touchdowns by the Colleyville Heritage Panthers. Boffinger for 33 yards from Pickler, Ryan Felipe with a 22-yard interception return, and Boffinger again with a 21-yard pass from Pickler at 5:03 of the third quarter. No scoring in the fourth quarter, and the final was 42-0. Other standouts offensively for Colleyville, Jackson Zeladon had 2 catches for 53 yards. That's a pretty nice average, 26.5.
The huge 49-yarder from Griffin Pickler.
I wasn't going to mention that. I'm trying to make it sound like he's been very productive.
He was just wonderful, just terrific.
There you go. Trey Smith, 3 for 42, and as the computer updates, a touchdown. Jake Newell on the board with 3 catches for 27. Justin Toberny gets 1 for 20. Gerard Henderson had a nice first down catch, 1 for 16. Cody Butler, 2 for 14. And Demetrius Dunbar, 1 for 11. So offensively, through the air, 299 total yards for Colleyville. No, check that. It's actually going to be more than that. It's going to be 317 if you add
Pickler at 299 on his own.
All the quarterbacks together.
Really, the only stats worth looking at on the other side, Antonio Franklin, 156, I think you said?
Yeah, Franklin had 154 yards on 28 carries. That gives him 5.5. You can't really be happy about that if you're the defense on the defensive side for Colleyville. But when you put up a 0 and win 42-0, you're going to have to give them something. Yeah, you got to allow something. And if you're going to allow something, allow them on the ground and don't make them 10-yard chunks. And that's what they did tonight. So a 42-0 win, a great win for Colleyville. Regardless of any of the other games this weekend, Colleyville will be at least in a tie for second place in District 6-5A. So they've positioned themselves well, as LD Bell has been, for the most part, blown out tonight by the class of the district. Euless Trinity now 48-0. That's a fourth quarter score. So Bell came in at 3-0 in the district. Trinity came in at 3-0 in the district, and the only team that's going to leave happy from that game is Euless Trinity. Other scores from District 4-5A, Haltom has come back to take a 27-20 lead in the fourth quarter over Keller. Garland Lakeview Centennial loses to Garland Naaman Forest 42-21, or actually that's still in the fourth quarter. A final for Frisco Heritage 36, Little Elm 21. Another final, Frisco Wakeland 21 and Centennial 0. That was at Toyota Stadium, the former Pizza Hut Park, where FC Dallas plays. So that's your statistical update for this evening. A great offensive night, a very good defensive night for Colleyville, and more importantly, the best stat on the board is 42 points on the board and 0 given up.
So that's the not only the stats, but the scores from around the area, meaning when we get back, I'll give you the schedule. 3 games remaining in the regular season. I'll tell you what they are, where they are, and anything else you might want to know about them next here on Champion Sports Radio.
Jason Ridley Agency is a proud sponsor of Colleyville Heritage Panther football. The Jason Ridley Agency offers home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, and coverage for all your valuable property, including business insurance. The Jason Ridley Agency is conveniently located in Colleyville, and you can find them online at jasonridley.com or call them today at 817-281-4500. The Jason Ridley Agency says, go Panthers.
Nationwide is on your side.
You make plans for just about everything. The weekend, vacation, going out to dinner. But have you created a plan for the rest of your life? Start your financial strategy today with AXA Advisors. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through AXA Advisors, LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA, SIPC.
If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need StatGeek, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Wait for it. And go. Kurt Hoffman back on the Axe Advisors post-game show. Sorry, I was thrown off by Doug Branch eating a giant hot dog. And it was exactly as scary and awful as I just made it sound. 3 more games to go in the regular season. I'm not looking at you, Doug. Nimitz, team that calls this stadium home, as we're here at Irving School District Stadium. The tonight Colleyville Heritage winners 42-0 over Irving. But Irving Nimitz travels to Mustang Panther Stadium next week. It is homecoming, then a trip to R.L. Turner and Stanridge Stadium. LD Bell there to close the season senior night back at Mustang Panther Stadium, that game on November 8th. So that's a look at the schedule. We'll come back with our player of the game next, and I will try to get the image out of my mind of Doug Branch eating a giant hot dog. It's the Axe Advisors post-game show, and we're having a blast.
Jason Ridley Agency is a proud sponsor of Colleyville Heritage Panther football. The Jason Ridley Agency offers home, auto, boat, motorcycle, RV, and coverage for all your valuable property, including business insurance. The Jason Ridley Agency is conveniently located in Colleyville, and you can find them online at jasonridley.com or call them today at 817-281-4500. The Jason Ridley Agency says, Go Panthers!
Nationwide is on your side.
When you want to start a financial strategy, you need one-on-one guidance from some of the best trained professionals in the financial services business. Axe Advisors is part of a global company helping millions of people pursue their financial goals. Contact Thomas Lee with Axe Advisors today to get started on your financial strategy. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through Axe Advisors, LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA, SIPC.
Do you need a boost in exposure? Want to reach local, community-minded folks with information about your business? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games for more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. It's also a way for your business to give back to the community by helping all these well-deserving student-athletes get some recognition for their accomplishments. The cost simply can't be beat for the effect it will have. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and best of all, it provides an opportunity for the best advertisement of all, word of mouth. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShopboxDFW.com today. ShopboxDFW.com.
Wrapping up the Axe Advisors post-game show, Craig Hoffman happy to be back with you on Champion Sports Radio. Player of the game tonight, definitely Griffin Pickler. The Colleyville Heritage quarterback completes over 70% of his passes, almost gets a 300-yard game, as close as you can get, 299 yards for the 6'3", 200-pound senior, and the 42-0 romp for Colleyville Heritage over Irving. So a great night for Colleyville Heritage. They move on back home next week, wrap up with 2 home games out of the next 3, and then it's on to the playoffs for them. Move on to 5-1 overall, 3-1 in the district. 5-2 overall, 3-1 in the district. Irving falls to 2-2 in the district. For Doug Branch, I'm Craig Hoff, and this has been a presentation of Champion Sports Radio. Visit us online, facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, at Champion Sports Radio on Twitter, and at championsportsradio.com.